Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to today's broadcast here on the Solano College Sports Network and Fairfield Cable Access Channel 28 Think TV. We are here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium for today's broadcast of the Solano Baseball Alumni game between the Alumni and the current Solano baseball team. I'm Greg Poff. I'm happy to be here with you to bring you all the action. And in just a few seconds, I'll be bringing in my broadcast partner, play-by-play announcer from Max Preps, Zach Poff. But before we get to the game, we have a very special Hall of Fame induction for the baseball team. And without further ado, let's throw it out to the field and head coach Scott Stover.
First alumni played here in 2003. Number 3, Matt Fernandez. Out of Armio High School. Number 5, Bino Thompson. Out of Armio High School, number 7, Ethan Gibbons. From Bandon, number 9, Babish Cowan. River Valley, number 11, Kenton Bavakwa. From Davis, number 12, Ryan Fukushima. From Bandon, number 18, Jesse Savage. From Wood, number 20, Chad Chatfield. From River Valley, number 21, Cody Miller. From Davis, number 22, Dan Cody. From Armio, number 23, James Mossholder. From Fairfield, number 27, Ryan Miller. From Bear River High School, number 28, Cody Karor. From Vacaville, number 33, Ryan Pizzante. From Pinole Valley, number 34, Dustin Crenshaw. From Rodriguez, number 37, Brian Aldridge. From Goffstown, New Hampshire, number 44, Tommy Pavesi. From Rodriguez High School, number 1, Kaylin Yost. From Bandon High School, number 6, Chris Curtis. From Rodriguez High School, number 8, Patrick Johnson. From Benicia, number 31, Victor Ferrante. From Bandon, number 17, Ryan Lipkin. Here but not participating today is number 30, Robbie Rogers. From Armio, Patrick Lamel. From Hogan, Quillitan. And from Hogan, Nick Roundtree. At this time, I'd like to introduce Solano College's all-decade team from 2000 to 2010. Catchers Ryan Lipkin, Victor Romero, who cannot be in attendance today. First baseman Brian Aldridge. Second baseman Kaylin Yost. Third baseman Scott Crutel. Shortstop Patrick Johnson. Outfielder Vic Ferrante. Outfielder Tommy Pavesi. Pitcher Dustin Crenshaw. Pitcher Ethan Gibbons. Pitcher Cody Carroll. And relief pitcher Eric Nyquist, who could not make it today. Okay, at this time, we want to announce our first ever class for Solano College Baseball's Hall of Fame. We have a Hall of Fame here at the college for our athletic department, but we wanted to start our own private one. Our program is a very private, unique program to where we have a unique experience with our players after they leave here. And we want to acknowledge 5 individuals in our first class who have been a huge impact to this program and turn it around to what it is in the last 13 years. The first one up is going to be Dustin Crenshaw. Dustin came here for the 2007-2008 season. In 2007, he punted on our football team, as well as a second-team all-conference pitcher for us, going undefeated in his first season. In his sophomore year, he was first-team all-conference, the conference pitcher of the year, and an All-American. He is tied for the career wins record here with 15. He earned a scholarship to the University of South Alabama, where he set an NCAA record for 52 consecutive innings without a walk. He graduated with a degree in communications from South Alabama and has been playing professional baseball for the last 4 seasons in California, Quebec, and Indiana. He was also a 2014 All-Star. In addition, he coached here for us in our 2013 season, helping leading us to a super regional. Dustin Crenshaw. Next is Victor Ferrante. Vic was what we call the first major recruit we had here when we turned the program around in 2003. Vic was drafted in high school in 2003 by the Astros, again in 2004 here with us, and again in 2006 by the Colorado Rockies. He broke the career home run and RBI record here between his 2004 and 2006 season. In 2004, he had one of the most remarkable games that I'll still talk about to the last time I'm ever coaching. We don't let a lot of guys be two-way players. And after he came out of a game, he asked if he could hit, and I said, we can't do that at this level. It's not how it works. He said, if you give me one chance to hit when I pitch and I don't do well, I'll never ask you again. His next start, he went out there, he threw 6 innings, struck out 10, got the win, hit a grand slam and a 3-run homer, walked past me, and I said, okay, we're done talking about it. You're good. You can hit when you pitch. That year, he hit 5 of his 8 home runs while he was on the mound. After his sophomore year season, he had signed with Texas Tech and then got injured and had sat the other year and came back with us. And then instead of going to Texas Tech, opted to sign with the Rockies in the 2006 draft. He was a South Atlantic League All-Star in 2007, and in 2009 he was an All-Star in the Northern League. In 2012, he was an All-Star in the North American League. He's been the biggest impact recruit we've ever had here at Solano, and I attribute him individually as the one that really helped us turn this program around from 4-win seasons it had before we got here to being a playoff contender and winning conference titles ever since. Victor Ferrante. Thank you. Appreciate it. Next up is Cody Carroll. Cody came in for the 2004 season and played 2004 and 2005 here. In his freshman season here at Solano, after his freshman season, he was drafted by the Colorado Rockies. He was the Solano College Student Athlete of the Year his freshman year, and his sophomore year was first-team All-League selection in 2005. He had garnered scholarship offers from Long Beach State, Hawaii, and UNR, and chose UNR for its academic backgrounds. While at UNR, he was a 2-time WAC All-Academic student and had huge success helping their program get better every year. In addition, Cody came here after he was done playing and coached me for 5 years and helped us with 4 of those conference titles that are up there. Cody's another impact individual. Came here very selfless player, has been here ever since, and been kind of like my little brother, the kind of relationship we've had. Currently, he was just married over the summer to the beautiful Kat Niehoff, who's here. Tip your hat. In addition, Cody would also like to thank his family, his parents, and his very talented sister for their continued support throughout his whole career to where he is now. So again, Cody Carroll. Next up is Ryan Lipkin. In 2000 and 2002, I had the opportunity to coach the professional team here in Vacaville called the Solano Steelheads. When I first got there, there was an 11, 12-year-old pudgy little punk of a kid roaming around the stadium as his dad did work. As he grew older, we watched Ryan mature into a quality young man and a very good baseball player. After I convinced Ryan's family to let him attend Solano, he came here his first year, battled an injury, but still went through, and his second year came here in 2007, had signed with USF because he was such a great student, turned in a MVP-type season in which he was honored the MVP award in the Bay Valley Conference, helping guide us to our first conference title in over 25 years. After coming here to Solano, Ryan went to the University of San Francisco. He was drafted once in the 46th round out of Solano, and he played some really solid years at San Francisco. Here in the starting catching job after a breakout season, and also made the Team USA Collegiate National Team in 2008. Yeah. Well, that team went 24-0 and set a record for the lowest ERA in history of Team USA. Ryan continued his career at USF, doing well, and was drafted again his junior season, and then again his senior season where he signed with the Oakland Athletics. Ryan's been, in his short stint in pro ball so far, he had been in single A, double A, and triple A in 2 seasons? Yeah, in 2 seasons where I had the pleasure to go watch him in A ball and triple A balls well with his family. It's been a pleasure to watch Ryan grow as an individual. Those of you guys who ever saw him play in college here, he was about half that size. His work ethic on and off the field is unparalleled to anything I've ever seen. Like a lot of these guys up here, he's the type of kid you want your son to be like and your daughter to marry. Just a great individual and a hard worker. That's Ryan Lipkin. This last individual, if I handed the mic, would probably do his own bio. Tommy Pavesi. In the fall of 2006, I got a phone call from a mom. Now, at our level, when moms call, it usually doesn't work out well for us. This mom said she had a son who was back east. She was trying to get him out here to live with her. He's really good at baseball. Wanted to give him a chance. So back then, we could do tryouts. He comes out here. We let him work out. He had some pretty good tools, and I said to the mom, we'd like him to stay and not come back at the break. So we convinced his mom to let him stay. His dad shipped all the stuff out in trunks, and so began the legacy of Tommy Pavesi. Yes. His freshman year, he was second team all-conference, had a really good season, helping guide us to that 2007 first all-conference team. His sophomore year, he really wanted to put in the work and put up big numbers. He wanted to catch Vic Ferrante and all the offensive stats. That was his goal. So we worked all fall. He did most of the work, teaching him how to get his bat in better plane, have good at bats. And Tommy went from hitting .320 with 2 home runs and 20-something RBIs to shattering all of our offensive records. He hit .474 with 17 home runs and 74 RBIs his sophomore year, leading the state in every category, helping guiding us to not only our second consecutive conference title, but the first super regional appearance in school history. Tommy's athletic ability on the field was not overshadowed by his personality in the dugout. Anyone who played with Tommy or watched games in the stands could hear Tommy. His enthusiasm for baseball was unparalleled than anyone I've ever seen. I mean, I think he's the type of kid that would go out with one baseball when he was 8 years old and just hit it and go chase it, hit it and go chase it. He's got an infectious smile, just a really nice individual we want to be around, which is why we've also included him in coaching with us the last few years as well. He went on to go to Embry-Riddle and then ended up signing playing professional baseball in the Pecos League. Has coached here with us for a few years, helping guide our team to a super regional, and just been a real great individual to have with our hitters. Tommy Pavesi. finally, for those of you who've been here, we have parents here from the alumni. The one thing we try to really take pride in is what we do for our individual players. It's not just get them out to schools, we want them to graduate, but the kind of relationships we have with them. You see the guys who come back, and it shows not only what we've done, but how we've gotten the right kids. We recruit the right kids, we recruit their families, and it shows with the attendance we have. We invite recruits out today to show we're different from those other programs. We want, when you guys are done, to invite us to the weddings. We want the birth notices to know how your life's going when you get married, etc. So we want to be involved in it, and we want our guys to see as well what a great situation they have and what a good opportunity they have here. So we thank you all for coming out today, and hopefully we can give you a really good game. Let's play ball. College baseball players line up on the first place line, please. Our first alumni played here in 2003. Number 3, Matt Fernandez. Out of Army High School, number 5, Bino Thompson. Out of Army High School, number 7, Ethan Gibbons. From Bandon, number 9, Babish Cowan. River Valley, number 11, Kenton Babakwa. From Davis, number 12, Ryan Fukushima. From Bandon, number 18, Jesse Savage. From Wood, number 20, Chad Chatfield. From River Valley, number 21, Cody Miller. From Davis, number 22, Dan Cody. From Armio, number 23, James Mossholder. From Fairfield, number 27, Ryan Miller. From Bear River High School, number 28, Cody Karor. From Vacaville, number 33, Ryan Pizzante. From Pinole Valley, number 34, Dustin Crenshaw. From Rodriguez, number 37, Brian Aldridge. From Goffstown, New Hampshire, number 44, Tommy Pavesi. From Rodriguez High School, number 1, Kaylin Yost. From Bandon High School, number 6, Chris Curtis. From Rodriguez High School, number 8, Patrick Johnson. From Benicia, number 31, Victor Ferrante. From Bandon, number 17, Ryan Lipkin. here but not participating today is number 30, Robbie Rogers. From Armio, Patrick Lamel. From Hogan, Quillitan. And from Hogan, Nick Roundtree. At this time, I'd like to introduce Solano College's all-decade team from 2000 to 2010. Catchers Ryan Lipkin, Victor Romero, who cannot be in attendance today. First baseman Brian Aldridge. Second baseman Kalen Yost. Third baseman Scott Crutel. Shortstop Patrick Johnson. Outfielder Vic Ferrante. Outfielder Tommy Pavesi. Pitcher Dustin Crenshaw. Pitcher Ethan Gibbons. Pitcher Cody Carroll. And relief pitcher Eric Nyquist, who could not make it today. Okay, at this time, we want to announce our first ever class for Solano College Baseball's Hall of Fame. We have a Hall of Fame here at the college for our athletic department, but we wanted to start our own private one. Our program is a very private, unique program to where we have a unique experience with our players after they leave here. And we want to acknowledge 5 individuals in our first class who have been a huge impact to this program and turn it around to what it is from the last 13 years. The first one up is going to be Dustin Crenshaw. Dustin came here for the 2007-2008 season. In 2007, he punted on our football team, as well as a second-team all-conference pitcher for us, going undefeated in his first season. In his sophomore year, he was first-team all-conference, the conference pitcher of the year, and an All-American. He is tied for the career wins record here with 15. He earned a scholarship to the University of South Alabama, where he set an NCAA record for 52 consecutive innings without a walk. He graduated with a degree in communications from South Alabama and has been playing professional baseball for the last 4 seasons in California, Quebec, and Indiana. He was also a 2014 All-Star. In addition, he coached here for us in our 2013 season, helping leading us to a Super Regional. Dustin Crenshaw. Next is Victor Ferrante. Vic was what we call the first major recruit we had here when we turned the program around in 2003. Vic was drafted in high school in 2003 by the Astros, again in 2004 here with us, and again in 2006 by the Colorado Rockies. He broke the career home run and RBI record here between his 2004 and 2006 season. In 2004, he had one of the most remarkable games that I'll still talk about to the last time I'm ever coaching. We don't let a lot of guys be two-way players, and after he came out of a game, he asked if he could hit, and I said, we can't do that at this level, it's not how it works. He said, if you give me one chance to hit when I pitch and I don't do well, I'll never ask you again. His next start, he went out there, he threw 6 innings, struck out 10, got the win, hit a grand slam and a 3-run homer, walked past me, and I said, okay, we're done talking about it, you're good, you can hit when you pitch. That year, he hit 5 of his 8 home runs while he was on the mound. After his sophomore year season, he had signed with Texas Tech and then got injured and had sat out of the year and came back with us. And then instead of going to Texas Tech, opted to sign with the Rockies in the 2006 draft. He was a South Atlantic League All-Star in 2007, and in 2009 he was an All-Star in the Northern League. In 2012, he was an All-Star in the North American League. He's been the biggest impact recruit we've ever had here at Solano, and I attribute him individually as the one that really helped us turn this program around from 4 win seasons it had before we got here to being a playoff contender and winning conference titles ever since. Victor Ferrante.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Next up is Cody Carroll. Cody came in for the 2004 season and played 2004 and 2005 here. In his freshman season here at Solano, after his freshman season, he was drafted by the Colorado Rockies. He was the Solano College Student Athlete of the Year his freshman year, and his sophomore year was first team All-League selection in 2005. He had garnered scholarship offers from Long Beach State, Hawaii, and UNR, and chose UNR for its academic backgrounds. While at UNR, he was a 2-time WAC All-Academic student and had huge success helping their program get better every year. In addition, Cody came here after he was done playing and coached me for 5 years and helped us with 4 of those conference titles that are up there. Cody's another impact individual, came here, very selfless player, has been here ever since and been kind of like my little brother, the kind of relationship we've had. Currently, he was just married over the summer to the beautiful Kat Niehoff, who's here. Tip your hat. In addition, Cody would also like to thank his family, his parents, and his very talented sister for their continued support throughout his whole career to where he is now. So again, Cody Carroll. Next up is Ryan Lipkin. In 2000 and 2002, I had the opportunity to coach the professional team here in Vacaville called the Solano Steelheads. When I first got there, there was an 11, 12-year-old pudgy little punk of a kid roaming around the stadium as his dad did work. As he grew older, we watched Ryan mature into a quality young man and a very good baseball player. After I convinced Ryan's family to let him attend Solano, he came here his first year, battled an injury, but still went through, and his second year came here in 2007, had signed with USF because he was such a great student, turned in a MVP-type season in which he was honored the MVP award in the Bay Valley Conference, helping guide us to our first conference title in over 25 years. After coming here to Solano, Ryan went to the University of San Francisco. He was drafted once in the 46th round out of Solano, and he played some really solid years at San Francisco. Here in the starting catching job after a breakout season, and also made the Team USA Collegiate National Team in 2008. Yeah. Where that team went 24-0 and set a record for the lowest ERA in history of Team USA. Ryan continued his career at USF, doing well, and was drafted again his junior season, and then again his senior season where he signed with the Oakland Athletics. Ryan's been, in his short stint in pro ball so far, he had been in single A, double A, and triple A in 2 seasons? Yeah, in 2 seasons where I had the pleasure to go watch him in A ball and triple A ball as well with his family. It's been a pleasure to watch Ryan grow as an individual. Those of you guys who ever saw him play in college here, he was about half that size. His work ethic on and off the field is unparalleled to anything I've ever seen. Like a lot of these guys up here, he's the type of kid you want your son to be like and your daughter to marry. Just a great individual and a hard worker. That's Ryan Lipkin. This last individual, if I handed the mic, would probably do his own bio. Tommy Pavesi. In the fall of 2006, I got a phone call from a mom. Now, at our level, when moms call, it usually doesn't work out well for us. This mom said she had a son who was back east. She was trying to get him out here to live with her. He's really good at baseball. Wanted to give him a chance. So back then, we could do tryouts. He comes out here. We let him work out. He had some pretty good tools, and I said to mom, we'd like him to stay and not come back at the break. So we convinced his mom to let him stay. His dad shipped all the stuff out in trunks, and so began the legacy of Tommy Pavesi. Yes. His freshman year, he was second team all-conference, had a really good season, helping guide us to that 2007 first all-conference team. His sophomore year, he really wanted to put in the work and put up big numbers. He wanted to catch Vic Ferrante and all the offensive stats. That was his goal. So we worked all fall. He did most of the work, teach him how to get his bat in better plane, have good at bats. And Tommy went from hitting .320 with 2 home runs and 20-something RBIs to shattering all of our offensive records. He hit .474 with 17 home runs and 74 RBIs his sophomore year, leading the state in every category, helping guiding us to not only our second consecutive conference title, but the first super regional appearance in school history. Tommy's athletic ability on the field was not overshadowed by his personality in the dugout. Anyone who played with Tommy or watched games in the stands could hear Tommy. His enthusiasm for baseball was unparalleled than anyone I've ever seen. I mean, I think he's the type of kid that would go out with one baseball when he was 8 years old and just hit it and go chase it, hit it and go chase it. He's got an infectious smile, just a really nice individual we want to be around, which is why we've also included him in coaching with us the last few years as well. He went on to go to Embry-Riddle and then ended up signing playing professional baseball in the Pecos League. Has coached here with us for a few years, helping guide our team to a super regional, and just been a real great individual to have with our hitters. Tommy Pavesi. Finally, for those of you who've been here, we have parents here from the alumni, the one thing we try to really take pride in is what we do for our individual players. It's not just get them out to schools, we want them to graduate, but the kind of relationships we have with them. You see the guys who come back, and it shows not only what we've done, but how we've gotten the right kids. We recruit the right kids, we recruit their families, and it shows with the attendance we have. We invite recruits out today to show we're different from some of those other programs. We want, when you guys are done, to invite us to the weddings. We want the birth notices to know how your life's going when you get married, etc. So we want to be involved in it, and we want our guys to see as well what a great situation they have and what a good opportunity they have here. So we thank you all for coming out today, and hopefully we can give you a really good game. Let's play ball.
Ready for some alumni action as the older Solano squad taking on the youngsters. I'm looking forward to this game. I mean, when you got Tommy Pavesi hitting in the 5 spot, you got a stacked lineup. Of course, I am Zach Poff, and with that, bring back Greg Poff. What are you most looking forward on this hot, sunny afternoon here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium?
Well, a couple things. One, I'm looking forward to seeing Ethan Gibbons on the mound. Ethan, very good pitcher for Solano, pitched in 2009. Of course, had that eye injury, set out the entire 2010 season. Excellent season. Bay Valley Conference Pitcher of the Year 2011. He's going to be on the mound for the alumni, and he's been pitching professionally. So I'm looking forward to seeing Mr. Gibbons on the mound. Of course, Tommy Pavesi, always exciting at the plate. And Zach, an opportunity for you and I to get a chance to see Vic Ferrante. He's a guy that played before we actually started doing the Solano broadcast. And so for us, it's a chance to get to actually see some of the players that we may have talked about in our broadcast, but never got a chance to actually see Vic Ferrante, one of the greatest players ever in the history of Solano Community College baseball.
Now,
should be fun.
Looking at the youngsters, the current Solano roster, we've got a former Rodriguez section winning pitcher on the hill, Dylan Dumape, and Ian Acosta doing the catching for Solano. So he's going to have a tough first inning here. He's got to go up against Kalen Yost, Bino Thompson, and then Ryan Lipkin, of course, has been a success in the Oakland Athletics minor league system. Played single, double, and AAA ball. Also is a huge member of the 2008 USA National Winning Squad. I believe he caught Steven Strasburg that year also. So we get a look at Kalen Yost stepping in the box first. We are ready to roll, baby.
And Kalen Yost played here at Solano 2006, 2007. He looks like he's still in pretty good shape.
A lot better shape than half the crew. Strike one, outside corner.
Well, it was funny talking to Coach Stover before the start of the game. He was having trouble getting uniforms to fit some of the alumni. But not Kalen Yost. He looks in great shape up at the plate.
1-1. Yeah, I don't know if they had any 4Xs out there chilling back in the locker room. I thought we were going to have to maybe go shirts versus skins here, and definitely would have wanted the younger Solano team to be rocking the skins. 1-1 curve, strike 2. I wish Kershaw would have thrown that more yesterday.
Boy, wasn't that a disappointment. Don't even bring that up at all during this broadcast. I'm looking forward to this game.
A 1-2. Swing and a miss. Dylan Dumapay, 1 up, 1 strikeout.
And probably fun for the kids out here on the current Solano baseball team, getting to face some of the guys that they've seen in the media guides and set all the records. I mean, really, you look at Vic Ferrante, you look at Tommy Pavesi, Dustin Crenshaw, Ethan Gibbons. Those are 2 of the best pitchers, 2 of the best hitters to ever play at Solano. These kids have heard about them. Now a chance to play against them.
Ball 1 to Bino Thompson. Of course, very familiar with Bino. He was an assistant coach here with Solano a couple years back. Chopper to third, just foul. And over at third base is 2-3, Connor Dick. 26 over at first, Nate Bills. And I love how the Alumni waited like literally 30 seconds before first pitch to give us a lineup. And Stover didn't even give us one.
Yeah, we never got one for the actual team, but
come on, Scotty.
We'll figure it out as we go here.
Ball up. Ryan Lipkin on deck. Vic Ferrante, if anyone gets on, would come up and bat here. And, of course, Tommy Pavesi in the 5 spot. Bino hits this one, and that one is a fair ball. And this kid has some wheels.
Look at Bino go.
He
slows down. I think he goes, okay, I can stop running now, baby. I got to conserve my energy.
1 out double. And now you bring up the heavy hitters in Ryan Lipkin, Vic Ferrante, and Tommy Pavesi. Probably the 3 best hitters in Solano baseball history.
Yeah, these 3 guys right here, no argument from me. Yeah, Ryan Lipkin and then Vic Ferrante, Tommy Pavesi. I think you're going to see Bino coming home. I'm just going to put that out there.
Why didn't Bino ask for the ball? You got the first hit in the Alumni game, baby.
Bino over there shaking hands with Rubalcava, the current shortstop. And boy, that kid can play baseball. Going to enjoy watching him play this season for the Solano Falcons at shortstop. Kid out of Vanden.
Ryan Lipkin wanted to hit that one over the left field wall.
Yeah, good off-speed pitch there by Dylan Dumapay. Lipkin way out in front. Yeah, and as Coach Stover was saying during the Hall of Fame induction, Lipkin, one of those guys that really helped get Solano to the head of the Bay Valley Conference.
0-2. And, of course, Ryan Lipkin just finished his 5th season in the athletics minor league system. Drafted in 2006 by the Angels. Elected to go to USF. And then was taken in the 2010 draft, 24th round by the Oakland A's. And he was not happy probably last Tuesday.
Boy, tough loss for the Athletics. Tough end of the season for the Athletics, and then they end it with one final collapse on Tuesday night against the Kansas City Royals. Royals, boy, they're in business, up 2-0 over the Angels.
Yeah, the AL West not fans of Kansas City. Throw over to second. Rubalcaba covering. Bino back head first slide. How many home runs are we going to see today? Over, under 4? Going over or the under?
I'm going to say under.
Yeah. 2?
I'm going to say 2, 3 if we're lucky. And I think they'll all come from the Alumni.
Vinny, if there's another kickoff at second base, zoom in on second base.
2-2.
Well, that pitch way high and outside.
And Ian Acosta doing the catching, and a very good freshman year last year defensively.
Yeah, excellent season defensively. Did struggle at the plate.
Count full. I was hoping to see Bubba Johnson in the lineup to see how big his strike zone would be with his father being the home plate umpire.
Isn't it? Mr. Johnson behind home plate, longtime supporter of Solano baseball, and just a really, really good man.
3-2. Chopper. Rubalcaba. Nice play. Strong throw. Lipkin's like, you got me, baby. 2 down.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't need to go all the way down to first. And he kind of laughs, says something over to the current Solano players, like, we could never do that with Stover while we're playing.
Batting the E8. Number 31.
Well, now we get a chance to see Vic Ferrante at the plate.
And Vic Ferrante spent 3 years in the Colorado Rockies organization. He had 33 homers and 165 RBIs during that 3-year span. Also played a lot of independent ball. So during his minor league and independent ball career, 263 average, 80 bombs, 343 RBIs. This kid can rake. And he was really the guy that got Solano baseball on the map, as Stover was saying earlier, during the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And Vic was one of the 5, along with Ryan Lipkin, Dustin Crenshaw, Cody Crover. I didn't think Cody was going to make that jog, but he finally, you know, sucked it up and got there in time.
Well, he just got married, you know, eating well. That's good.
Tommy Pavesi also, one of the 5. And Pavesi on deck.
And Vic Ferrante, boy, you look at some of the records he holds. Career leader in RBIs, 110. Home runs, 21 in his career. And he had 45 walks.
Fouls this one out of play down the right side. 2-1, 3-1.
Also played in more games than anyone else for the Solano Falcons.
Well, then he should have a lot of hitting records.
That's true. And he still looks in pretty good shape up there at the plate.
Smokes this one. Diving stab attempt. Strong throw from Connor Dick, and he gets him in time. So Dylan Dumapea gets out of the first frame. No run saved. We're going to the bottom of the first. No score.
Came around to score a run in the 4th. First pitch by Boeri goes for the drag bunt. Altman fields it, throws over. Boy, outstanding defensive plays by Altman with the leather. So Altman does his job. Now the Falcon batters will have to do theirs as we head into the bottom of the 9th. The Super Regionals on the line for the College of Marin. The season on the line for the Falcons. At the end of 8.5 innings of play, Falcons trail the College of Marin by 2 runs, 2-0. Well, if you're a Solano Falcon fan, you got the guys coming up that you really want. Zach Wells, Alex Crosby, and Tucker Bishop, probably the 3 best hitters for the Solano Falcons. Only problem is they're facing the toughest closer in all of California, Tyler Eyrig, who recorded his 18th save yesterday. Here we go, folks, bottom of the 9th, first pitch, outside for a ball. So Tyler Eyrig, and boy, he's had 3 saves against the Solano Falcons. He'd like to make it 1 more and get his team into the Super Regionals for the first time. Eyrig set. Here's the next pitch, and Wells belts it into left field. It's going to be a solid single. He rounds second, first, and he gets by the left fielder. He's going to go into second, and he's in there. So Zach Wells rips the second pitch by Tyler Eyrig into left field. He gets by the left fielder, and he keeps going all the way into second. So Zach Wells, a natural, like he's done his entire career with the Falcons. When you need a hit, you look to Wellesley, and the kid is going to deliver. So Wells on second, and strolling up to the plate, the hitman, Alex Crosby. Crosby hitting .348 on the season. 2 for 4 yesterday. 1 for 2 today. Not a bigger moment for the the sophomore out of Will C. Wood right here. Tyler Eyrig said, here's the pitch, bounces it in the dirt. Good job by...
So now we get a look at Ethan Gibbons. Nobody in Solano history threw more than 181 innings, and that is Ethan Gibbons' record to hold. And him and Dustin Crenshaw tied 15 wins apiece. So tiebreaker on the line here. If him or Crenshaw get the win, does that count in the record books?
Well, it doesn't count officially.
We
but
put a little asterisk by it?
Yeah.
There we go.
We can make it count.
So we get our first look at Joey Dodson out of American Canyon, and had a good career. .375 career batting average at American Canyon.
And, Zach, you've seen this kid play before. Not baseball. Pretty good cornerback.
7 interceptions, right? High chopper, Curtis, 1 down.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but 2 years ago when we did one of the American Canyon football games, and of course Jamon Dotson, the great running back there at American Canyon, Joey Dotson was the backup. They had two Dotson, also played cornerback, just an outstanding defensive back at American Canyon. Pretty good baseball player, too.
And Jamon Dotson ended up going to Oregon, I believe. Kid was a stud running back. Joey Dotson was the stud DB.
Probably a little sad this weekend. Oregon going down to Arizona.
Big-time upset right there. Biggest upset of the season so far. Get a look at Alvaro Rubalcaba. Swing and a miss. He's got a little Tommy Pavesi personality in him.
Yeah, he's got a big personality, Alvaro does. Good kid, too.
Great glove at short. And he really came on with the bat last season down the stretch. Finished the last month of the season batting over 300. Count now 1-2.
And that was a problem last year for the Solano Falcons. It was really just at the plate, and a lot of freshmen they had coming in thought they might get a little bit more production at the plate. Rubalcaba was one of those guys that started out slowly, but unlike a lot of the freshmen last year, as you said, really turned it around and started to get hot with the bat towards the end of the season.
Almost. Strike three. I thought we were going to see that famous Johnson strike three call out, but a little high. Count now 2-2.
And I think you mentioned this, Ethan Gibbons, all-time strikeout leader for Solano Falcons, 156 Ks. Give him another one.
2 up, 2 down. And Gibbons holds the single season record also. Back in 2011, had 84 strikeouts.
Yeah, and Ethan Gibbons, one of the better
Ryan
pitchers.
Shook has the most career strikeouts
right.
in Solano history, though.
I think he might have been on the 07, 08 team, maybe.
A little later.
08, 09.
2009 was his first year with Solano. Now you get a look at Bo Siegel. Another
he should
Rodriguez.
be playing for the Alumni. He's been here for years.
1-0. And Ethan Gibbons, I don't know. I see a lot of kind of like Tim Hudson in him.
Yep.
It's a grinder. I know Giant fans are hoping he pitches well today. They took the first game yesterday. Hit the second. Easy play. Throw to first. In time. 1-2-3 inning. Probably as expected from Ethan Gibbons. Through one. No score, baby.
So the 2-2 pitch on its way from Murray. It's drilled, and that one's going to be a single between third and short. Stover sending the runner home, and Todd Morris is going to score easily, and Solano's able to score a run here in the bottom of the fifth, as the score is now 6-3, as there's still runners on first and second with one out here for the Falcons.
So Hernandez hitting .312 on the year, with 26 runs batted in, did a great job of just waiting for a good pitch to hit. He was down 1-2 in the count, laid off a curveball in the dirt, and then got a fastball over the plate, and like you said, Zach, he just drilled that to left field.
So Dylan Dumape out there had a nice first inning, and now you get to go up against Tommy Pavesi. What, he had 74, 75 RBIs?
Yeah, his
in
numbers
one season?
are just insane. He had 136 hits. He holds the career record for hits. 136 in 2 years. He hit 400. Yeah, this kid, best hitter, history of Solano baseball.
And I didn't get here in time to see a little BP action, but word on the street was he was hitting some bombs in BP, as expected, of course. Chopper, Rubalcaba, get to show off that cannon again.
And Tommy hustling all the way. He was digging. Not quite enough, though.
I don't know. You got to be really fast to beat Alvaro Rubalcaba's cannon out there at short.
But he was hustling.
Go get yourself some water, Tommy. What, does he want a challenge? Still waiting at first base? No challenges in community college baseball, Tommy. Now he gets to be the first base coach.
Cody.
I think he's just too tired to go back to the dugout, because I'm just going to chill over here and be the first base coach the rest of this inning here.
Because he was digging. You know, of course, Tommy, 2 years ago, that 2013 team that went to the Super Regionals, Tommy Pafasi, along with Dustin Crenshaw, both very instrumental as assistant coaches on that team.
This one hit well, but foul.
Tommy did such a good job with a lot of the hitters on that team. Zach Wells, Crosby, Nick Speeney, absolutely.
1-2 to Dan Cody. Cody played in 2005 and 2006 for Scott Stover.
Yeah, just a little before our time. So, again, another one of the alumni that we're actually getting a chance to watch for the first time.
Rubalcaba, 2-hopper, throw, 2 down.
Yeah, and the alumni are going to have no chance at all if they just keep hitting the ball to number 6.
And a guy chilling in the alumni dugout, of course, was the best shortstop I've ever seen play here, Bubba Johnson.
Superman, as we like to call him.
I like to call him the vacuum because he just sucked everything up.
Yeah, outstanding shortstop for the Solano Falcons. And he could hit, too.
This guy right here, Chris Curtis, was one of the most underrated players to play for Scott Stover. He was fun to watch. He was a guy you could pretty much plug in anywhere. You want to play a little bit of outfield, he can. You need him to play a corner spot, he can.
Yeah, played short, third base, could play the outfield. Chris Curtis played his baseball here 2009, 2010. Both those teams won the Bay Valley Conference title. 2009, they went to the playoffs first round, got swept by Delta. 2010, that was that thrilling 3-game series with Diablo Valley College.
And that was that the Bubba Johnson ejection?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry to bring that up.
Second game. They lost that third game by 1 run. I still remember Christian Torres on his knees at home plate getting thrown out to end the game.
And it was all because it went right by that shed and right off the pole and took a bounce right to the, I believe it was either the third baseman or the left fielder for DVC, and a perfect throw, gunned down at home, and season over. Just like that. That's why you got to love the sport of baseball. I mean, really, you can't predict it. It's a very unique sport, and that's the one edge that baseball has on football, basketball, and hockey. Is it's just a very unique sport. As Curtis draws the 2-out walk.
And, boy, there have been some thrilling moments here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium over the years. I just think of the games that we've done starting in 2007.
First baseman, number 18.
Just some outstanding moments here, Solano baseball.
And as you listening to the audio clips, we're playing in between innings. You get kind of a feel for some of the action we've seen here, as we'll continue to do that in between innings. Let's get a look at Jesse Savage. And Savage played here in 2010 and also was on the roster in 2012. This one smoked right to first. Nate Bills picks it, steps on the bag, 3 out, so through 1.5, no score.
So Chris Cole looking at bases loaded here, Zach, seeing if he can get Solano back into the game, and certainly a single would do that and knot this game up at 6-6 here in the bottom of the 5th.
The first pitch is drilled, and that one's going to fall in front of the right fielder. 1 run will score. Pavesi right behind Hernandez. 2 runs will score. That's Chris Cole able to get a 2 RBI single to tie this game up as the score is 6-6, and Ruben Perez was able to get all the way to third.
So Solano, boy, just coming right back after having the lead 2-0, then falling behind 6-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. And just like we talked about, Zach, with Todd Morris and Josh Sheridan and Sal Hernandez up early in the inning, setting the table, getting on base and leading up to the big power hitters, Pavesi and then Ruben Perez and Chris Cole, all coming through with big-time hits to get this game tied up at 6-6.
So bottom of the 2nd, we get our first look at Jake Pavlowski. And remember doing a game last year where he had the walk-off hit. I can't remember. Stover was mad at him for, I think he tried to throw a runner out at third, allowed the runner to advance to second.
Run scored.
He's like, don't worry, Coach, I got you. I just want to walk off.
To him. Comes up, next inning, game-winning hit.
Wait, Stover does that?
Yeah.
Wow. This one smoked right up the box. First pitch swinging.
Yeah, Pavlovsky, he's another one of the freshmen last year that seemed to get better as the season progressed. And he's a guy that can do a lot of things for you. He can DH, he can hit with some power, he can pitch, can play the outfield. Pavlovsky, a guy that I think is going to have a real impact on this team this year.
So Ethan Gibbons pitched 1 inning. Now we got our first look at Dustin Crenshaw, and he was a 2014 All-Star in the American Association for the Gary South Shore Railcats. Finished 2014 9-8 with an ERA just over 3. Runner goes. Foul ball.
Yeah, I believe Dustin Crenshaw, Ethan Gibbons, and Kagan Hopkins all pitching for that same minor league club in Gary, Indiana, I believe. Crenshaw, of course, the pitching coach, both for Ethan Gibbons and Kagan Hopkins when they were here.
I was hoping Kagan was here just so we could hear a little drop kick Murphy's.
Boy, you knew when he was coming out of the bullpen, you hear drop kick Murphy, you knew the game was over.
It was like Rivera coming out to enter Sandman.
I think Hopkins went on to Chico.
Yes,
pitched really well there.
We actually did a couple of his broadcasts with San Francisco State, and he just lights out. Jesse Phillips down in the count 0-2. And Phillips, 6 foot, 180-pound freshman out of Laguna Creek. And Crenshaw, one of the 5 Falcons inducted into the Hall of Fame here about 45 minutes ago. Swing and a miss. Throw down, not in time. Cody Miller, the catcher. So Pavlovsky playing a little bit of another blue type of ball, as we've seen with the Kansas City Royals here through the first 3 games of the playoffs. A little bit of stealing action going on there. And talk about small ball. The Kansas City Royals sure do that, and that's what Mike Scioscia and the Angels used to do so well, but they've kind of changed their formula, and Kansas City Royals sticking with the old school type of ball, and it's sure working for them. 3 playoff games, 3 extra inning wins. First pitch swinging. That one.
Oh-ho!
Nice diving stab. Pavlovsky rounding third, and he is going to score without a throw.
I think that was Matt Fernandez, the second baseman. I thought it was going to get through cleanly. He made a nice dive, able to get the leather on it, but couldn't secure it and make a play. And so Dustin Crenshaw getting a little roughed up here by the young Bucks for the Solano Falcons.
And since it's alumni game, we're just going to RBI single right there for Connor Dick. And Connor Dick's having a good game.
He is.
At third with the leather. Now puts the first run on the board.
And Connor Dick made that excellent play. I think it was Ryan Lifkin back in the first. Diving stab over at third. Came up, made the throw.
Yeah, it was Vic Ferrante. Runner goes again.
Connor Dick played at Vacaville, actually played with Coach Scott Stover's son. Tyler playing
Kansas
at Kansas State.
Big 12 ball, same path kind of Vic Romero went through. Of course, Vic went to Oklahoma State.
Would have been nice to see Vic Romero here. But as you said, coaching at Oklahoma State. Had a little stint with the Padres in their minor league system this year. Didn't work out, and so went right into a coaching position. Good for Vic.
Coaching under Matt Holliday's brother. Matt Holliday, 3-run homer yesterday.
Don't bring his name up, okay? I'm still smarting from that bomb.
This one hit well to center. Right at the center fielder, 2 down.
So pretty good rip by Nate Bills. Got his money's worth on that swing.
Right to Dan Cody, the center fielder. So Brandon Mihelic now stepping in the box. Outside corner, strike 1.
Mihelic out of Wilsey Wood.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
And he's another kid that had a pretty good freshman year last year. Kept improving as the season progressed.
Foul down the third base side.
Curtis right there, ready to make a play. Brandon Mihalic also will see some action on the mound this year. Good infielder, also pitches. A couple guys on this team.
This one, poked. Bino, speed comes in to make the third putout of the inning, but the Falcons get a run on the board. Of course, the current Falcons squad, RBI single from Connor Dick, 1-0. The youngsters through 2.
Solano players egging on the crowd to cheer a little bit louder as it's a full count. Bases loaded, and Perez hits it right back to the pitcher, throws it to home and to first, and he drops it. It's a Solano runner trying to score, and he slides, and he is safe.
Dylan Dumape, 2 shutdown innings. Now Nate Janess checks in.
The Alumni.
So Dylan Dumape got a little bit of bragging rights here in the 7-07. Ryan Lipkin, ground out. Vic Fronte, ground out. Tommy Pavesi, ground out. Not bad.
Yeah, handled 3 of the best hitters in the history of Solano baseball there.
James Mossholder, the number 9 hitter for the Alumni roster here today, takes strike 1. And Nathan Janest out there had 13 strikeouts and a few appearances last year, swing and a miss.
Yeah, he had a couple good outings last year. He's a kid with a lot of potential. I think he's going to see some action this year as well. In fact, I think some pretty good arms coming back when you look at Dumape, of course, Chris Rost, and Nathan Janest.
And Mossholder takes that one off the calf on an 0-2 pitch. So only the third base runner for the Alumni squad. Bino had a double in the first. Chris Curtis got a walk back with 2 outs in the second, and now a leadoff hit by pitch for James Mossholder.
And Mossholder, of course, a real key component to that 2011 Super Regional team.
So now Matt Fernandez getting his first at-bat. Pick throw, not in time. Fernandez played in 2003 and 2004. And getting back to Scott Stover and his son, Tyler Stover, played his freshman campaign at Kansas State and since transferred to, was it Cal State Northridge?
C-Sun, baby.
And he will, as this one's a high chopper, just over the head of the first baseman, Bills. James Mossholder's like, I'm a catcher. I ain't going first to third right here, baby. First and second now, nobody out.
And Pawlowski in right field. Man, that was just a rocket he threw into Rubalcaba. See that pitching
What's his nickname
strength
again?
in his arm out
What's
right
the nickname
field.
he said he had? The Hebrew Hammer?
Hammer and Hebrew.
Was it Hammer or Hebrew Hammer? Hebrew Hammer sounds better.
It might have been the Hebrew Hammer. I think the Hammer and Hebrew might have been Hank Greenberg. Played for the Detroit Tigers way back when. I think 30s and 40s maybe. Hall of Famer.
So now back to the top of the order with Kalen Yost. Pick throw. Mossholder hand in safely.
So Janest hits Mossholder
On an 0-2 pitch.
Fernandez base hit. Alumni trying to tie this thing up, down by a run. See Rubalcaba kind of bird dogging behind Fernandez. Throw over. That's pretty close.
Yeah, Mossholder getting a big lead, and good job getting back in just barely.
Our center field cameraman, Vinny, doing a good job out there. Uh-oh.
They got Mossholder. Tag applied. Throw to second. So heads up base running by Matt Fernandez to get into second base at least, but now 1 out.
And the all-important lead runner out. Pavesi saying a few things to Mossel. Hey, what are you doing down there in San Diego? What are they teaching you guys about base running?
I think there's more important things to do in San Diego.
I would
Just
agree.
saying. So now 1 down. Kalen Yost up. He struck out in the first. Now gets to face Janest. Outside corner, strike.
Pretty good pitch there by Nathan Janest. Really good pitcher at Benicia High School his senior year, then had some arm trouble. out for a couple years, getting back on track last year for the Falcons.
This one hit well to center, and it's going to drop. Fernandez had to kind of hold up a little bit as he thought the center fielder, Alex Nasukiewicz. How do you say 41's last name? You want to give it a shot?
Nesikevich.
Nice, Nesikevich.
Nesikevich.
Don't you love it when you look down at the roster to see who's in center, and that's what's in front of you?
And I just now got that kid's name down. He's in one of my classes. Every day when I go in there, it's like I'm practicing his name. And it wasn't until this week finally that I came in. He goes, yeah, I got the thumbs up. I got it right.
I sure didn't.
It's that Kevich at the end. It's like Kevin. Kevich.
Now you get a look at Beto Thompson. Had the first hit of the game for the Alumni squad. Had a double.
And Nesikevich is going to be a pretty good player for the Falcons. Freshman getting the start in center field. Kid can also pitch.
Strike one to Beto Thompson. Thompson hit one well to left his last time as our director, Brian Nelson, getting a little
He's getting
angry.
on the camera, guys. I like it.
Vincent!
Getting all fired up.
I mean, when you don't go Vinny and you go, Vincent, that's how you know it's shots
you're in
fired
trouble.
right there.
Full name.
It's like back when I used to get in trouble as a kid and my mom would say, Zachary. It's not good to hear your first name like that. So runners on the corners, one down, Beto Thompson up. Ryan Lipkin on deck. Be very tough to double up the speedy Beto Thompson. 1 and 2. And I guess our camera person, Chelsea, just thinks she can just take a little break or something here. Let's get some more B-roll.
She's going, it is hot here.
Very hot.
About 95
Saturday
degrees.
afternoon.
Saturday afternoon in Fairfield, California, here at Solano Community College.
I do have a little bit of beef with Scott Stover, though. It's why are you going to schedule this game at 1:20 when there are a ton of good top 25 matchups at 12:30 today? It was tough, but Solano baseball a little more important, I guess. Counting out 2 and 2 to Beano.
And a few baseball games on as well, right? Giants playing today. Dodgers a little bit later.
Jordan Zimmerman, who's coming off a no-hitter, taking on the old vet, Tim Hudson. And first pitch is coming up pretty close here, I believe 2:37 first pitch start time.
Nice pitch by
Strike
Janest.
3.
Oh, baby. Little heat on that one. That's Janest, first K.
Number 17. Ryan Lipkin.
All right, we get a chance to see Ryan Lipkin again.
And as Cody Crower said, he looks like Jax from Sons of Anarchy.
Don't want to mess with that guy. That is one bad dude.
Ryan Lipkin, this kid is built.
And he's been going crazy here in the final season.
Chopper, going to be a tough play. Dick, throw. Lipkin's like, I've been playing in the minors for a while. I don't want to get hurt running down the first baseline, so I'm just going to stop halfway through. So good job, Janest. Strands 2 runners through 2.5. The youngsters up 1-0.
And so with Hernandez on first, up to the plate now is the Bay Valley Conference Player of the Year, Tommy Bavasi, who represents the tying run at the plate.
And who better would you want at home plate right now from the Solano? Swung on and knocked out towards center field.
It's got a chance.
It's gone. And Pavesi knocks in the tying run at the top of the ninth.
Tommy Pavesi, and we just said this 3 innings ago with his home run to tie the game at 1-1, comes up with Solano down by 2 runs. DVC almost on the verge of extending the game to 3, ties this game up with the home run to deep right center field.
Absolutely remarkable. A very clutch home run, his second of the game.
So Tommy Pavesi with a huge home run. That actually gives him now 15 home runs on the year.
Guess who is going out on the hill? Cody Caroher. This is what I wanted to see the most, was see Cody out here, because he used to talk a big game. Now we get a chance to see it. And Cody Crower, I mean, this guy, talk about a coach that might have done the most out of any assistant coach in Solano baseball history. Cody Crower was the guy, and it was the off-the-field type of stuff. I mean, guy's got to be in shape. He's going to make you work. But the thing that he did very well was if you're not doing well inside the classroom, he's going to have a big-time problem with that. And, of course, Cody, one of the best, if not the best pitchers in Solano baseball history.
And a guy that was so instrumental in kind of the whole turnaround of this program. Played in 04, 05. Of course, Stover got here in 03. And was just one of those guys that really had that mindset, that attitude that really started to create that winning tradition here at Solano College. And then after that, just the impact that he's had as the pitching coach, I think up through 2012. And now he's coaching defense over at Wilsey Wood High School for the football team.
This one hit right between first and second, so leadoff single for Ian Acosta, the starting catcher for the Falcons.
And now we get a chance to look at Alex Nesikevich, the center fielder, highly touted freshman. I think he went to Del Campo High School. 3.29 ERA last year, 3-1 record as a pitcher. Had 30 strikeouts in 38 innings pitched. Not too bad at the plate, too. Hit 3.26 last year. Just in case you were wondering.
Oh, they were. I love how Cody's looking over to first. The catcher ain't running. He ain't going anywhere. But Solano has, the current roster has been running a lot here. Nesikevich shows bunt, pulls it back.
And one thing I always enjoyed about Cody, his wit and humor. Yeah. He could rip on guys, but it was funny. Just had that dry wit. The stories he used to tell about Chris Witchy.
Right. A little bit of hit and run found. I mean, if I had to compare it to a kind of a coach, a guy that comes to mind would be like a Larry Boa.
Yeah.
Just strong personality, and you're not doing things right. He's going to call you out, but he's going to do it in a funny way.
At least for the people listening.
Yeah. Yeah. So you get a look at Cody Crower there, 1-1 count. Acosta over at first base. This one hit well to center, but right at the center fielder. One down.
Dan Cody out there. I think he took 2 steps.
It's funny. At first, I thought that was 7 out there.
And it could be.
I think it is Ethan Gibbons, to be honest. I don't know, though. As we weren't even given rosters right before the game, really, so.
Yeah, and Ethan Gibbons, you know, great pitcher here at Solano, but he was also a very good second baseman in his days at Armio High School. Played a little bit of second base here his first year, but just too good on the mound.
A little inside to Joey Dotson, so back to the top of the order.
So bottom of the third, Falcons up over the Alumni, 1-0. Cody Crower on the hill.
Perfect bunt. Cody trying to get there in time. Nice job by the second baseman, Matt Fernandez, but not able to beat it out as Joey Dodson and him got to the bag at the same time.
Yeah, and Joey Dodson's fast. I mean, the kid played cornerback in high school. He was also a backup running back. He has great speed. Matt Fernandez, good job getting over there. And really, when you look at Fernandez, played in 03, 04, probably one of the older guys out there playing for the Falcons. I mean, he played 10 years ago here at Solano, still moving around pretty well, but no chance to get a fast 18-year-old running full speed down the base paths.
And if I'm Solano right here, the current roster, this is the guy I want in the box. Contact hitter. He's got a big hole on the right side. Nice curve ball. Cody Crower still got the curve in him. I don't know if he can kind of reach back and throw 90 anymore, but
he's got some velocity on some of his pitches.
I saw him trying to bring it during the warm-ups. So far for the Alumni, we've seen Ethan Gibbons, who threw in the first. No runs allowed. Dustin Crenshaw gave up a run in the second. And now Cody Crower, the third pitcher. Hit and run. Easy put out at third base as Rubalcaba swung through it. That pitch way out of the zone, but Rubalcaba tried to get a piece, couldn't.
Yeah, definitely had the play on, and so he's just trying to make contact. That ball in the dirt.
And nice throw by James Mossholder. We saw him do that a lot during his catching career in 2010 and 2011. Of course, as you mentioned earlier, went to play ball down in San Diego. I knew it. I was surprised it took 2 outs.
I'm surprised they're not bringing him a sandwich, too. Cody taking a long – he's working out there.
I don't think they brought him enough water, to be honest. And that's the most Ryan Lipkins ran today also, too.
Boy, just think if Vic Romero was here. Look at the catchers. You got Ryan Lipkin, outstanding catcher for Solano. In fact, really, you look at that position. Solano has had some outstanding catchers over the year, especially defensively.
A guy I really liked a lot was Kyle Bible.
Kyle Bible was good. Aaron Brasher, one of the best defensive catchers Solano has had. You know, in Brasher, he's doing pretty well. He's playing at Bellevue College, second year. In fact, a lot of those guys on the 2000.
What, up in Washington? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. I just know that's it. I see an article in the paper every once in a while about Brasher doing pretty well. Zach Wells playing excellent as well. I think he's in Texas.
And Rubalcaba just got a piece of that. And getting back to Bellevue, I mean, Bellevue's got one of the best high school football programs in the country. Miles Jack went there. And they've won, I believe, 57 straight games.
Oh, Miles Jack, outstanding athlete for UCLA, plays on the football team. Goes both ways sometimes.
2-2. He was the Pac-12 Freshman Offensive Player of the Year. That wasn't good enough. I'm going to take home the Pac-12 Defensive Freshman Player of the Year also. I mean, that's remarkable to see here in 2013, the year he did win his freshman year last year. I mean, you just don't see two-way players anymore like you did back in your day. Cody Crower's got him picked off. 3 down. So Cody Crower, I told him, you better not allow a run. I mean,
I think he's paying those guys to get picked off because he's getting tired out there. He paid Lipkin to bring him a drink of water.
How do you think he got married? So through 3 innings, 1-0, youngsters leading.
Sal Hernandez swinging at the first pitch. That one hit into center right field. The center fielder giving it a chase, and that one falls right between center field and right field. Greg Henry's going to score, and Chris Curtis right behind him. He's going to score easily. Sal Hernandez round second, and he is in there with the stand-up triple. So Sal Hernandez coming through with the triple that plates 2 runs, and all of a sudden Solano only trailing 3-2.
Well, we hope you're enjoying our broadcast here on the Solano College Sports Network. The Solano baseball team taking on the Alumni here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. And to get things started here in the top of the 4th for the Alumni, number 31, Vic Ferrante. He'll be followed by Tommy Pavesi and then the center fielder, Dan Cody. A new pitcher on the mound for the Solano Falcons, sophomore Adam Coates, left-handed pitcher. Into the windup. Here's the first pitch to Ferrante. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Good pitch by the sophomore Adam Coates. Coates played his high school ball at Bethel. Left-hander, not that big, only 165 pounds, but able to get that one by Ferrante. So quickly, Adam Coates ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes, to arguably one of the best hitters to ever put on a Solano baseball uniform, Vic Ferrante. Next pitch, a little bit outside and low. That'll go as a ball. Count now 1-2. Vic Ferrante, as we've mentioned before, holds a multitude of hitting records for the Falcons. And he's looking to get things started here. He pops that one up. Bill's the first baseman going over. Mihelic over too, but Bill secures it and makes the play for the first out. So Vic Ferrante pops up to Nate Bills. That'll be out number 1. And now coming up to the plate, Tommy Pavesi.
I'm calling it. He's going home run right here.
I was hoping you wouldn't come back. I thought maybe I'll get a home run call in here.
Sorry. Vic he had a chance to sky that one a mile high. First pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. So Ryan Lipkin, Vic Ferrante, and Pavesi, a combined 0 for 5 so far. Is that Coates out there?
Adam Coates. Oh! Look how Mr. Johnson is getting dangerous there with Pavesi at the plate.
His eyes were just wide open. He's seeing that high cheese.
And that ball was just fluttering.
Yeah, that ball just never broke.
He could not hold off on that one. He just tomahawked that. He was trying to send that over the fence. Cody Carroer going to have a little chat with him.
And what
Tommy,
a shot
hold on
that
to the
is.
bat.
What a shot that is. You got to look at Cody Carroer and Tommy Pavesi together right there, and talk about two funny guys, big personalities.
And, of course, Cody was the coach when Tommy Pavesi played here at Solano 2007, 2008. Not 2018, boy. They were fun to watch. That was the first Solano team to make it to the Super Regionals.
Because was it him? Was it Ruben Perez?
Ruben Perez. He could jack him out, too.
That was a nasty 3-4. Coates comes inside, strike two.
Tommy just swinging away up there.
So Coates, the third pitcher used for Stover. 1-2. This one fouled straight back.
Coates, not a lot of velocity, but he has good movement on his pitches. And if this kid can come through, boy, that's another well-needed arm that Solano would have in their bullpen.
2-2. Yeah, last year was definitely a struggle for Solano baseball, and you don't see that a lot. I mean, usually a struggle for Solano is they don't win the BBC, but they still get in the playoffs. But this one skied left. It's going to be tough to see with that sun, and that one drops. Pavesi legging it out to second base.
Well, he must have hit that high, got all the way to second. I think that was Jesse Phipps out there, and I don't think he ever saw the ball. Rubalcaba going out from short, but I don't think he had a beat on it either. Phipps just kind of looked up and said, sorry, I have no idea where the ball is.
Yeah, he never saw that, and that's the one thing with this sun out.
Yeah, we'll give Tommy a double. Why not?
That's for sure a double. I mean, that's not even close to being a E7.
Can't catch it if you can't see it.
So you'd have trouble with the glove, I'm guessing?
I would. I'd have trouble with the bat, the ball. I remember I came out here and tried to play softball a couple of years ago. Not good.
Did you make contact at least?
I did. Barely got to the shortstop. Then I pulled a hamstring running down to first.
I would have guessed that.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, to be honest, I'm surprised you didn't get hurt putting on the jersey. Swing and a miss.
Hey, I'm ready for the Turkey Bowl in football this year.
Well, yeah, because you're playing against debaters. I mean, suit me up.
You know what? We might, because they need a couple of guys. They have all girls on the team. I think we get you and Jake to play for the
No, I don't want to
team.
play on that team.
No, come on.
This one. Spun and a miss, so Pavesi's going to get to third.
Hey!
And he is going to get to come all the way home. Look at that hustle, baby. Pavesi legging out a double.
I don't know that I've ever seen anybody have more fun playing baseball here at Solano than Tommy Pavesi.
I'd have to agree there.
Even when he was coaching here 2 years ago, that team that got into the Super Regionals, boy, he had an impact on those kids.
And a kid out of the East Coast. And he definitely has that Boston type of personality. So the Alumni finally on the board.
Yeah, kind of a gift run for the Alumni. Got that high fly ball to left field. Phipps couldn't find it, so drops in. Pavesi gets all the way to second. And they're on an errant ball in the dugout. Gets home, ties it up, 1-1.
And the first thing he did when he got in the dugout, where's the water? So Dan Cody up with the bases. Nobody on the base path. Swing and a miss. 2 down.
So really nice bit of pitching by Adam Coates. Not his fault the run scored.
And he will get charged the earned run. But I don't think you care about your ERA that much in an Alumni game.
Nope.
I know Dylan Dumape does, though.
Oh, I think it's just a great opportunity for these kids to get to play some of the real legends here at Solano Community College.
Yeah, you look in the history book for all the records, and most of these guys are
kids
playing
are
today.
here.
Probably the most recognizable name on the list, Tug McGraw. And, of course, he's not playing.
Yeah, Tug McGraw. Boy, it's been a while, but he passed away quite some time ago at the age of 59 from cancer. But, yeah, one of the great baseball players to ever play here at Solano. was on the only team that made it to the state championship game back in 1964.
Another guy I was hoping to see, but not here, was Ryan Anderson. Nobody threw more complete games than Ryan Anderson.
And he's playing.
.30 green light, fouled straight back, 3-1 to Chris Curtis. Walked back in his first AB.
Yeah, Ryan Anderson playing at Eastern New Mexico University. Ryan Anderson's got to be one of my favorite pitchers. Probably doesn't get all the publicity that a lot of the other pitchers, you know, Cody Carrora, Dustin Crenshaw, Ethan Gibbons. But, boy, his 2 years here, he was the ace of the staff, and he was a solid pitcher. He would just go out there and grind it out and throw strikes.
I mean, the freshman year he had was lights out.
Yeah, I remember his nickname was Obi-Wan, the only hope.
This one's going to go out of play down the right side. And another freshman guy that I really enjoyed watching, only played 1 year here, was Joe Lewis. I mean, that cutter he threw was just nasty.
And Joe Lewis only here for his freshman year.
Then he went to DVC,
Second year
right?
went to DVC and didn't have near the success that he had his freshman year. I think you might see the same thing happen over on the softball field with Shannon Mestis.
So nice at bat. Curtis gets another walk, 2 walks so far for Chris Curtis.
Little inside Shannon Mestis, of course, the California Community College State Pitcher of the Year last year, but not coming back to Solano after freshman year, going to DVC.
Well, she lives out in Concord, right?
Yeah, she does, and of course, understandable paying that toll coming out here to play. But I kind of compare that situation, same thing that happened with Joe Lewis.
That's going to be a big loss for the softball team. I mean, obviously she was the best pitcher in all of Northern California, maybe all of California. She could also rake a little bit too. I mean, she was the one that stepped up the most in the Super Regionals.
Yeah, big-time player. But they've got a lot of new freshmen coming in. I think that team's going to be okay.
Mossholder throws this one into center field. Nesachevich doing a good job backing him up.
All right, get that name down.
A few tries.
That's really the only tough one. We've got Pavlovsky down. There was another name I saw in here. Take a stab at that one. Number 39, Albert.
Well, you brought it up, so stab away.
Jacob Usen.
I think you jacked it up.
I think I did too.
So Adam Coates now can't seem to find the strike zone. Jesse Savage up 3-0 in the count, 2 outs. Curtis in scoring position at second base. We're in the top of the 4th inning, all knotted up 1 apiece. You are checking out the Solano College Sports Network. Don't forget to like our Facebook page. Share it. We got Twitter yet or what?
Yeah, we got Twitter.
What's the handle?
It's right here, baby. At SCC_Falcons.
So
we also
that.
got Instagram. Same spot. SCC_Falcons. We got it all going on with the social media.
Also go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's go to youtube.com. /
Solano College. Oh!
Count now full. And Savage hit a sharp ground ball to Nate Bills at first.
If I remember, Savage, when he played, had a big head of hair.
Swung through that one, and yes, you are right. But it's too hot now. You got to cut the long hair off. So through 3.5, we're all tied up, 1-1.
So Kyle Bible now up, swings at the first pitch and rips that one into left, and that one drops in front of left fielder. Chris Carlson rounding third, and he is going to score. Josh Sheridan around second. He's in safely, and since the throw went to third, Kyle Bible hustles it all the way down to second, and that is his 50th RBI of the season, tying him with Scott Crutel for the RBI lead in the Bay Valley Conference, which is probably not fair because Scott Crutel getting the day off because of a thumb.
And we are back. Look who's at third base.
Dustin Crenshaw, baby. I didn't know he played third.
You got Bubba Johnson checking in at short. I would have been mad if he wasn't playing today at short.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. I mean, as fun as Rubalcaba is, Johnson even more so.
So Pavesi finally got his second win. He's now at first base after scoring the tying run. Gibbons still out in center. And I believe
That is Ethan Gibbons out in center.
I believe that's Ryan Fukushima out in right now. Kenton Bavacqua on the hill now. Went to Oklahoma State with Victor Romero and had a pretty good 2-year stint there with the Cowboys. Count now 2-0 to Rubalcaba, and Rubalcaba was in the box against Cody Crower, but Crower paid off the runners and they ran into outs. Cody gave up 2 hits, but most importantly, 0 earned runs.
Yeah, and as you said, Bavacqua, a really good 2-year stint after he left Solano, went to Oklahoma State. And, you know, of all the kids that have played here at Solano, went on and played, Bavacqua probably surprised me more than anyone else. Went to a D1 school and was really productive. He was a good pitcher at Solano, but he wasn't one of those stars like some of the other guys you had in 2009, 2010 when he pitched. But, boy, he really had a good career at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I believe he had an ERA right around 5 here at Solano. So Rubalcaba lead-off walk, and we've seen Solano's youngsters run a lot here today. So you get a nice look at Kenton Bavacqua there. 2 nice years at Oklahoma State in the Big 12. Strike 1.
Boy, and there you saw excellent movement on that pitch. Started in towards the batter and then came to the outside corner. Bo Siegel just kind of shaking his head as he steps back in the box. That was a big-time pitch.
This one hit well to center. Gibbons makes a nice play. And as you mentioned earlier, I mean, Gibbons, I know a lot of pitchers usually get that flag where, oh, they're not athletic, but it's total opposite with Gibbons. So I want to see a ball hit sharply at third now. See what Dustin can do with the leather. It's a big boy over at third base.
Well, Crenshaw, good athlete. Of course, you know, he was the punter for the football team. And
he was probably their best player those
years.
Those
years. Those were those 2-8 seasons.
Thank God for Contra Costa those years.
Yeah, that was their one win each year. They could beat Contra Costa. Now I think Contra Costa is kind of the top team in the Bay Valley Conference now that Solano's gone.
So now you get a look at the Hebrew Hammer, Jake Pavlowski. 1-for-1 so far today with a leadoff single in the second. And he came around to score the first and only run for Solano. Bavacqua outside. Strike.
When you're talking about the versatility of Ethan Gibbons, also excellent communicator. That year he was injured for the entire season. I think it was 2009. He was in, I think maybe 2010 actually, in the broadcast booth, did a lot of games with us.
Yeah, 2010 was the year he did not pitch. Pitched in 2009 and 2011.
Yeah, he was a big part of that pitching staff on that 2011 team that went to the Super Regionals and actually came close to advancing. Won the first game under Chris Witchie, excellent game, and then lost 2 in a row, each by 1 run. Uh-oh.
This one air mellowed into center field. Rubalcaba there at second. And that was Cody Miller chucking that one into center. He just wanted to show off his cannon.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what Stover was saying. He goes, yeah, if you're trying to pick him off in center field, good throw. And Rubalcaba is a guy, look for him to put a lot of pressure on opponents when he's on the base pass. He's got some nice speed, and I think Joey Dodson and Rubalcaba will really create some problems for the opposition this year.
1-1 through the 5.5 hole. Rubalcaba testing out Bino's arm.
Not a bad throw. All right.
Pavlowski in with the RBI single and advances to second on the throw, and no one's paying attention.
They got it.
Bubba Johnson does. He gets over to third.
Yeah.
And Cody Miller's like, I got this throw this time, all right? So Pavlowski with I guess a heads-up play. I mean, he was close to getting into third, but nice job as Cody Miller aware.
Yeah, he's going, I'm going to test these old guys, see if they're paying attention.
And especially after seeing the last throw, I mean.
You should know Patrick will be on it.
And there, look at that. Dustin Crenshaw falling asleep at the third base.
He's just pointing
Bubba Johnson's like, hey, I got your back, baby. So Solano up 2-1 now. RBI single for Jake. Rubalcaba scores the run. This one hit well, but it's going to tell foul down the right side. And for a second there, it was pretty cool seeing Rubalcaba at second base with Patrick Johnson in the back frame. I mean, those are probably the two best defensive shortstops here to play at Solano. I'm probably going to make a lot of people angry here, but Bubba Johnson, still my favorite Falcon I've ever watched, calling games for. Sorry, Vic. Sorry, Tommy.
Have to be my favorite player of all the players that I watch here at Solano.
Pitcher? Position player?
Position player.
Infield or outfielder?
Outfield. Just one of the best kids to ever come through
Zach
here.
Wells.
Zach Wells, the natural. Right fielder. 2012, 2013, man, that kid was a good ball player and even better in the classroom.
That was a really good team. I mean, Alex Crosby is a very good player. Nick Spini also.
Had the Pez dispenser on the mound, Anthony Pizzola. And Ryan A-Train Anderson.
Nick Altman also.
Yes.
So Bafakwa gets the strikeout as the youngsters score another run. So 2-1 as Stover and his current Falcons roster up 2-1.
Hit well to right, but right at Chad Combs for the final putout, and Marquez gets them down in order. That is the fourth inning Marquez has got them down in order. The only hit given up by Marquez was an infield single back in the sixth. So Marquez on cruise control gets Laney down in order in the eighth. So heading into the bottom of the inning, Chris Curtis will be leading things off for the Falcons. Actually, Sal Hernandez will be leading things off for Solano after Curtis flew out in the seventh. He'll be followed by Chad Combs and Gene Nanny. Solano still up by 3 heading into the bottom of the eighth.
So we are here, top of the fifth. 2-1. The current Solano's roster is beating, what did it say on the scorecard?
So now coming in to catch Cody Miller, who's actually catching.
No, I said what was on the scorecard. What were they called? The team name?
Punk Kids, baby.
There we go.
You know, you got to pick up the volume when I'm concentrating.
I know. you just guessed on. You had no clue what I said.
No.
You just guessed. Oh, Cody. A 1-1 to Cody Miller.
Adam Coates looking pretty effective on the mound today.
This one's skied a mile high. Yeah, nice job, first baseman Nate Bills there. 1 up, 1 down. Yeah, the only run the Alumni scored was due to a sunshine double.
Yeah. That was a gift.
Now batting, second baseman, number 3, Matt Fernandez.
All right, so now we get a look at Matt Fernandez. Had a base hit last time he was up. And Fernandez here right at the start when Coach Stover took over 2003.
Fernandez had a single back in the third. This one hit well to right, but Pavlowski right there. 2 up, 2 down. And I believe the Alumni only have 3 hits.
Now batting,
Bino's got a double.
Patrick Johnson.
Kalen Yost had a single.
Fernandez had a hit last time he was up.
So they have 4 hits. Pavesi had a, I mean, they really have 3, but
yeah,
they're
if you
credited
count
with
Pavesi,
4.
give him a double 4.
And it's easily a double. I mean, the left fielder never saw it.
Well, this is interesting here. We got Patrick Johnson.
His strike zone's about to be huge right here. Kyle Johnson, the home plate umpire, the father of Bubba Johnson.
He said that strike zone was going to get smaller when Patrick got up there.
And they have a little bit of chat back and forth. It's a cool shot to see here. I mean, you really have to throw it right down the middle if you want to strike. This one hit well to right. Pavlowski able to cut it off and hold Patrick Bubba Johnson to a 2-out single.
Pavlowski looking good out in right field. Moving around well. And a good jump on the ball, and he's got that great arm.
He's going to be a vital guy for that team next year because he's a guy where you can get that power from. I know Solano doesn't bank on the long ball, but he's a guy that could hit, 4 or 5. Bino Thompson up now. Count 1 and 2. This one's skied to shallow center. Your boy, Alex Nesakevich there for the 3rd and final out. So a quick inning for Adam Coates, and we are halfway through, heading to the bottom of the 5th. The current Falcons up 2-1.
Break for the Falcons. They still stay alive. There's 2 outs, folks. They're still down by 2 runs, 7-9 to the Comets. Bases are jammed, so Daniel Baptista will get another chance with the count 1 and 2. At the plate, second baseman Saul Rodriguez now on the hill for the Comets.
Rodriguez shakes off Coward and then nods his head yes. So the 1-2 on its way, and Baptista hits that one up the middle, and it's getting past the center fielder. 1 run is in. Scott Crutel scores, and Solano is going to win this game 10-9. Chris Curtis slides in home easily. So the Falcons were down 9-3 coming into the 9th inning, and they're able to win this one 10-9 because Daniel Baptista, big Poppy, comes through in the clutch, gets the 2-strike, 2-out single, and actually drove it all the way to the fence. So the Falcons walk out of here with a 10-9 victory.
And boy, the team is just pumped. You'd think they won the World Series instead of coming from behind to beat the last place Contra Costa Comets. But it sure speaks volumes about the heart and the due diligence of this team.
Babbage Cowan now coming in to pitch for the Alumni, and of course he pitched for Solano back in 2006 and 2007, and I believe that was right around when Vic played also.
Yeah, I think you're right. Was Ferrante 06-07?
I know Ryan Lipkin was also, and I believe so. Vic Ferrante was there right before right after Cody Crower and right before Tommy Pavesi.
Yeah.
I
So
believe might
Ferrante
have played
05-06.
So quickly ahead, 0-2 on Connor Dick.
And Connor Dick's had a pretty good game. He's looked good at third base today. He's got a couple hits.
Yeah, had an RBI single in his first at-bat. This is his second AB here in the 5th. 1-2.
And he's a really good kid, too. Had him in the classroom, real likable, works hard. Went out for the team last year. I was kind of surprised didn't make the team, but back at it this year and getting the start today at third base.
And he robbed Vic Ferrante of an RBI and a hit back in the first inning. Nasty pitch inside corner. Not a movement.
This is how we used to do it, baby. Have a seat.
So that is the 4th strikeout of the game for the Alumni. It's the big first baseman, Nate Dollar Bill, stepping up to the dish.
Well, I think of all the Alumni pitchers that we've seen thus far, I think Ethan Gibbons looked the best, came out, had that 1-2-3 first inning. Crenshaw got roughed up just a tad. Gave up a run in the second. And I believe Bavacqua gave up the other run last inning in the 4th. So Nate Bills at the plate. He's flied out to center a couple times, looking for his first hit.
Count 2-0.
So Babbage Cowan, as you said, Zach played in 2006. That was the first time Solano got to the playoffs. Actually had that play-in game. They take 18 teams.
3-0.
That looked pretty good there by Babbage Cowan. I believe Solano played Porterville. Got killed in that game. 2007. I think that was their first Bay Valley Conference championship.
And Cowan and Lipkin were the two guys that really turned it around for Solano. Started getting to the playoffs. Count now full, I believe.
In fact, it was that team where we first started doing the broadcast. I remember that 2017, we did the playoff series, round 1 against Santa Rosa. I think that first game they got beat like 21 to some. I mean, it was not pretty.
Yeah. So the count 3-1. This one hit well, but foul down the third base side. I thought we were going to see Dustin Crenshaw make a play with the leather.
He was going the other way. He's going, I'm getting out of the way.
So we've got 2 of the best former pitchers in Solano history. You got one at third base with Dustin Crenshaw, and then you got Ethan Gibbons out in center.
Isn't that something? Both of them, when they were playing Bay Valley Conference Pitchers of the Year. And I think Ethan has the strikeout record.
Single season record.
156.
Crenshaw dives for it. Bubba has it. Strong throw. Pavesi off the bag a little bit. So that'll go down as an infield single for Nate Bills.
Crenshaw on that dive kind of showing why he was the punter on the football team. He's feeling good. Hey, I got my uni dirty.
So we're getting a little pinch running action. Frankie
Primrose.
Checking in.
He actually worked on a couple of our broadcasts last year. He's money on a camera. I was talking to him before the game. I says, Frankie, you going to do some camera work for us this year? He goes, the goal is to not be on a camera. I want to be out playing.
I mean, he wants to be on camera.
And he's getting a chance right now. Throw over. He gets back.
And Primrose, get out of Vacaville. All 5'5", 145 pounds. I mean, he's got his Jose Altuve going on over there.
A really nice kid, too.
And you can bank on he's going to be running here.
So just a little outside on that pitch to Brandon Mihelic.
So Mihelic, the number 8 hitter. Flew out to Bino Thompson.
There goes Frankie. And in the dirt, no chance for a throw. Primrose, stolen base.
So he swung through that one. It'll go down as a strike.
That ball just got away from Mossholder, back in at catcher for the Alumni. Of course, James Mossholder on that 2011 Super Regional team. And then played a couple years at UC San Diego and had 2 pretty successful years. For the Torios, I believe.
So Mossholder and Cody Miller have been switching off behind the plate.
Yeah, warm day, especially if you haven't been doing much catching, getting out there. No breeze at all.
I mean, I was shocked it took 2 outs before Cody got some H2O out there on the hill.
Boy, Primrose, big lead there. You can see off of second base.
Count now 3-1. That one a bit high.
So Cowan hasn't missed by much. He's been around the strike zone, but just not getting the call.
This one hit right at Gibbons in center. Goes a few feet to his right. 2 down. So
Gibbons, of course, pretty good arm out there in center field. I'm just guessing as a pitcher.
Well, I know it's accurate. So Mihelic now 0 for 2. Now Ian Acosta. He's got the old school no batting gloves.
Ian Acosta, another kid I think out of Vacaville. So you got Connor Dick, Acosta, Primrose, all played with Tyler Stover, Coach Stover's son at Vacaville. So these are kids I'm sure Coach Stover very familiar with.
And a single most likely wood plate. Primrose, excellent speed. Kyle Johnson's been giving the pitchers the outside strike, unless Bubba Johnson's up, of course.
Yeah.
And I just, Kyle Johnson, I mean, this guy, he's pure. He's taking a little easier. It's an alumni game today, so the strike 3 call is not going to be as crazy, but he's a very enjoyable umpire to watch, and he's a very good ball and strike umpire, and really, you can see Patrick Johnson grew up with a lot of good qualities, do a lot to Kyle Johnson.
Hey, Patrick Johnson's just glad that Bill Swanson isn't the home plate umpire.
Oh, Billy. Oh, Billy. He
I
probably
still
has
don't know why he threw Johnson out of that game. Game 2, 2010 against DVC.
I don't think you're going to meet more stubborn people than you would out of umpires. I mean, once they make a call, there's nothing they can do. He knew he made the wrong call there because I don't think he realized if I throw him out here, he's got to sit out the next game. This is the playoffs.
It just happened, and he wouldn't go back on it. Boy, nice pitch by Cowan that time. Big curveball.
I still think that team might have won a state title if that does not occur.
Yeah, of the 3 teams that went to the Super Regionals, the 2018, the 2011 team, 2013, I think, yes, 2011 team, probably the best overall team. I know you're thinking that 2018, but just look at the wins. That 2011 team got a win in the Super Regionals and only lost the next 2 games by 1 run. The 2018, they got smoked in the first game. They got smoked in the second game. Thanks for playing, done.
Yeah, I mean, it was on the road, so a little tougher task.
True.
But the pitching in 2011 probably a little better, I'd guess. Stover,
Yeah.
come on, make the play.
Yeah, pitching a little better on that 2011 team with Aaron Anderson, Ethan Gibbons, and Chris Witchie. You also had Kagan Hopkins coming out of the bullpen.
Who was on the 2008 squad?
Dustin Crenshaw.
Was that when Cole was around, or was that a little after?
Yeah, I think you had Chris Cole. Really hard throwing right-handed pitcher. But, boy, they had some bats. Pavesi, Ruben Perez.
Ryan Shook was also one of the better pitchers on that 2018. 2-2 to Acosta. Have
Nice
a seat.
pitch.
Babbage Cowan does a good job here in the bottom of the 5th. Punk Kid still down 2-1, going to the 6th.
Usually comes out of the bullpen, been doing a little bit of both so far this year and been fantastic doing both areas. Sheridan rips the first pitch high, and the left fielder, Tyler Kozlowski, is watching that one go over the fence, and Sheridan takes Michael Andrews deep for the leadoff home run for Josh Sheridan.
Well, that's a nice start for Solano in a game they really need to win. And so Josh Sheridan, the talented leader of this team, he's one of the few returning sophomores from last year's outstanding team, gets things started with the home run to deep left field here right off the bat in the bottom of the 1st. So just like that, Solano on the board in this game against the Storm, 1-0.
The Hebrew Hammer gets the check in and pitch against Ryan Lipkin. Vic Ferrante. Oh, is that not enough? Then you got to deal with Tommy P, baby. Tommy Pavesi. You know who's up for the challenge, though? Jake Pavlowski. He's going to have fun with this. Ryan Lipkin still looking for his first hit in the Alumni game. 0 for 2, 2 ground outs. 1 to short, 1 to third. Pavlowski trying to throw 100 right there. As Bob Euchre says, a little outside.
And Pavlowski, he's a big kid, 6'6", 230. I mean, he's well put together, too.
I tell you what, though, I'd take Lipkin all day in an arm wrestling match. This
I
kid
would
is
too.
yoked also. Is brought the cheese. Lipkin swung through that a little bit. As Cody Crower calls Ryan Lipkin, Jax from Sons of Anarchy. See if Jax can come up with a hit right here. 1-1. Low, 2-1.
Well, you could look at Lipkin and then Pavesi and Ferrante. There's the Sons of Anarchy right there. Those boys can do some damage. So far, their bats have been pretty quiet.
4 hits, 5.
I'm talking about these 3. Really, just Pavesi and that gift double.
Yeah, really, they should be 0 for 6. Let's count 2-2.
So the Alumni just down by a run here, top of the 6th inning. Few changes in the outfield, too, and the infield for the Falcons. We'll try to get you caught up with that.
Count full. I know Andres Tejada catching.
Andres Quijada, kid out of Venezuela, sent Stover some videotapes. What do you think? Stover said, get here to Fairfield, California. We got a place for you.
This one hit a mile high. Right on the outer part of the dirt, and this one is muffed. So Lipkin standing at first. This one's definitely going to go down as an error.
Yeah, I think that was Isaiah Ayala at second base. New kid coming in, so now we got the freshman out there. And who's at shortstop? I know that's not Rubalcaba.
That's going down as an error in my book for sure.
Vic Ferrante.
Yeah, that had to be on the second baseman, I think. That should have been his play. Yeah. I don't know who the shortstop was coming over there. He kind of got in the way as well.
So Lipkin checks out. And I believe that's Dan Cody now over at first base, pinch running for Lipkin. So now you got to deal with Vic Ferrante, arguably the best hitter in Solano history. Tommy Pavesi's like, nah. And also Ryan Lipkin's like, nah, I'm the guy. Tommy Pavesi's the best hitter in Solano history. And Ethan Gibbons is the best pitcher.
Really?
Outside of Tug McGraw in Solano history. Who you got?
It's hard to, you know, at first when you said Ethan Gibbons, I'm thinking, but it's hard to think of somebody who I would say is better. You know, Crenshaw right there in the discussion.
Even a guy like Ryan Anderson, too.
Anderson, yeah, but Ethan Gibbons even better, I think. Maybe a few more pitches in his repertoire.
I mean, the easy answer is Tug McGraw, but we don't count guys that won a World Series, so.
But of all the players that I've seen come through
here.
Well,
you were here when Tug was here, right?
Of all the players I've seen come through here, 44 in the on-deck circle has got to be the best all-around player I've seen here at Solano.
So count now 2-1 to Vic Ferrante, of course drafted by the Colorado Rockies back in the 2006 amateur draft. I believe it was in the 13th round.
Yeah, and he's got good size, too. I mean, you look at him and Pavlovsky. Those are two pretty big boys there on the mound and at the plate.
Runner goes, 2-2, inside, count full. So nice jump by Cody. Gets there without a throw. I was hoping we'd get to see that cannon.
He was getting ready to throw, and I think Ferrante was kind of wandering in front, and he didn't want to take a chance and take out one of the alumni, so he just held off on the throw. That's what I think the kid did.
The 3-2. Strike three, outside corner.
So Ferrante 0 for 3. Pavesi coming up looking for his first real hit of the game. Of course, has that gift double we gave him. And Pavesi has scored the only run for the Alumni. Down by a run, 2-1. Hope you're enjoying the game here on the Solano College Sports Network in conjunction with Fairfield Cable Access Channel 28 Think TV.
Pavesi smokes this one, goes opposite field. They're waving the runner home. Strong throw, would have got him. This one cut off. And we are all tied up, 2-2 here in the top of the 6th, thanks to Tommy Pete.
Yeah, I don't know. Connor Dick cut that off. I don't know if that had enough juice to make it to the plate, so good decision by Connor Dick. Would have been close, though, at the plate.
And that's the new left fielder. We're going with Josh Meacham or Meekham? Josh Meacham.
Meacham. So knotted up at 2 apiece. The Alumni not going away.
Get our first look at Ryan Fukushima here in the box.
And Fukushima was the one guy I was going through all the old media guy. I don't know when he played here. It's the only one that I couldn't find that info on. He looks good at the plate, though, doesn't he? Ryan Fukushima.
1-1. Definitely need a home run to score Pavesi from first. I don't know if a gapper's going to do the job. He did show his wheels earlier, though. I'll give him that.
Or if he gets to second, if somebody throws it in the dugout, like last time.
2-1 to Fukushima.
So Pavlovsky on the mound. I think it's Richie Straub at shortstop, number 36. Hard to tell with the practice uniforms. They don't have the numbers on the front. But I think I saw 36 by the shortstop, Richie Straub.
2-2.
And
Ethan Gibbons on deck with the bat. He could hit.
yeah, he wasn't a bad hitter. A really good hitter in his days at Armio. Played there at Armio with Vic Romero.
It's a nice tandem. 2-2, runner goes. Pavesi has himself a stolen base. He's like, oh, you want to talk about my speed? I got you. Well, it sure helps when you got your guy in the box standing right in front of the catcher.
And Pavlovsky, he's got a duck. He's standing there, and I think Quijada's going, okay, I don't want to take out the batter in front of me. I don't want to take out my pitcher. He's held up on both throws.
And
I want to see this kid throw the ball down to second.
The scoreboard said it was 2-2, but it was 3-2 counts. That was ball 4.
Oh, there we go then. That explains that.
I feel like I'm at a Vanden football game with a scoreboard work
Yeah.
here. Just playing. Ethan Gibbons. Runners on first and second. First pitch swinging. And I know he's a big Giants fan, so he's hoping he can get a little Madison Bumgarner pop right here. Bumgarner with, I believe, 4 home runs this year, 2 of the 4 grand slams. And he's a pretty good pitcher, too.
That guy's overrated.
He's the best big-time pitcher.
Oh, wait, Mike's not here. I was
game.
trying to get a reaction out of Mike. He's not even here on the board.
There's not a better big-game pitcher in baseball right now. And it's not even close. In a winner-take-all game, he goes all 9, 10 Ks, 0 runs. And this is coming from a Dodger fan.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see Kershaw do the same thing last night.
He's the first pitcher in MLB history to give up 7 earned runs in back-to-back playoff starts. Who would have guessed Clayton Kershaw? As I call him now, the Peyton Manning of baseball. At least Manning has 1. So the count 2-1 to Ethan Gibbons. Surprised he's not on his phone checking the score as the Giant game just got underway, I believe. It's 3:10, so that game got started about 30 minutes ago. Two-1. A lot of movement on that fastball.
Yeah, Pavlovsky just
rears back.
Yeah, exactly. Threw that one right at the knees. Here, hit this, Gibbons. Good swing, though. Just came up empty.
He's like, hey, they're getting their St. Louis Cardinals on here. They're stealing signs.
So the shortstop, Richie Straub, in having a chat with Pavlovsky. I think also, too, we have a new first baseman. I think it's 47, Brandon Donnelly.
I know Connor Dick's still at third.
Yeah.
Who's at second?
At second, we've got, his name's Isaiah Ayala. He's a freshman. And he's at a Casa Grande High School. I think Petaluma.
2 on, 2-2 count, 1 down, 2-2 score. Swing and a miss. 2 down. So second strikeout of the inning for Pavlovsky. Struck out Ferrante. And now gets Ethan Gibbons. Now look who's coming up with the bat. We got a little back-to-back pitchers coming up with the bat. Can he let his brother come pinch hit for him? And, of course, Derek Crenshaw, one of the better hitters here at Solano. And I believe he was playing out in New Mexico somewhere
That's
after.
Right.
Was it East New Mexico? Something like that. But he was doing very well there also.
And another player on the 2011 Super Regional team, Derek and Dustin. Both out of Pinole.
Oh, and 2. Let's score your Giants game, Mike. Nothing. Wow, Huddy hasn't given up a run yet? Wow. That's one thing with Tim Hudson, though. The guy is a vet. No moment is too big for Timmy Hudson. 0-2. I think Crenshaw just went up there. It's like, I just want to get a piece at least.
Well, that was up in the zone. Got a pretty good rip. Just got a piece of it.
And Crenshaw's a big dude.
He is. I know. I'm looking at him, too. Because Pavlovsky, he's a big guy. And Crenshaw, boy, he's right there. 6'5", 6'6", probably. I don't know, 230?
I'll roll with that guess. That sounds solid. High chase, swing and a miss.
Couldn't hold off there.
Pavlowski strikes out the side, but the Punk kids get a run on the board. We are all tied up 2-2, heading to the bottom of the 6th.
Getting away on a hit and run, so I think it was Combs. Rowe tags this one to left field. That one is gone. Brian Rowe in the lineup. First pitch tags this one over the left field fence. Falcons are on top, 2-0.
That should get these bats awake. Brian Rowe getting an opportunity to start as a designated hitter, as the number 9 hitter, and Zach, he just belted that over the left field fence. That was a solid line drive. So the pride of Del Oro High School hooping and hollering with his freshly sporting mohawk haircut. And finally, the Solano bats are awake. Let's see if they can keep this one going.
Ryan Pizzante, 5th pitcher used now for the Alumni squad, and is another big-time piece in that 2008 season.
Yeah, we were talking about the pitchers on that team along with Crenshaw, Ryan Pizzante. Another pitcher on that team. And who's he facing here?
Inside, strike one. Alex Nisachevich in the box. It's a little different when you've said it a couple of times, hopefully the correct way.
It took me a month to get that name down.
So now 1-1.
That ball just got away from Pizzante.
Bubba still at short.
Oh!
And this one inside, and it goes off the leg of Nisachevich.
Yeah,
surprised the benches didn't clear.
Well, that hit him right in the inside of the
You could
thigh.
just hear that thud.
Yeah, that was close to being deadly.
Yeah.
That could have hurt.
It could have affected. Pavlowski still out on the hill for Solano. And there's been a few defense changes here the last couple innings. So out in center, we got Devin Hutchinson. Out in left field, Josh Meacham. Right field, Antonio Hernandez. Andres Quijada still doing the catching. Pavlowski still on the hill pitching. Brandon Donnelly over at first base. Ayala at second. Straub at short. And Connor Dick still in the game at third. Strike one outside corner to Chris Curtis.
That was pretty good, getting all those players down, doing that without a scorecard. Impressive.
That's how I roll, baby. 0-1 outside. So Curtis so far, no official at bat. 2 walks.
Yeah, and as you said, Chris Curtis, real solid player for
Very
the Falcons.
underrated.
Play a lot of positions, very good hitter.
And he was a guy you could put really any part of the lineup. You need him to hit at the 2 spot. And he also could go 5-6 spot if you need some RBIs. Just a well-versatile player.
Good on the base paths. Good speed.
Two and two.
It's a little behind on that swing.
And the run the Alumni scored was an unearned run. It started with the error on Ayala. Dan Cody pinch ran for Lipkin, and he came around to score the tying run. Curve a little high. Count full.
Chris Curtis left Solano after the 2010 season. Went to Cal State Bakersfield.
I don't know if Bakersfield's a place I'd really want to live at.
Oh, you think it's hot here?
Yeah.
Oh, that place, my goodness. Yeah, I don't know how people end up in Bakersfield. Like, you wouldn't go, oh, I'm going to move to, let me see, Bakersfield sounds like a cool spot. I think you just wake up one day, you're there, and you go, oh, this is where I live.
Now batting.
Way to just shun down on poor little Bakersfield.
Well, have you been there?
No, I haven't. There's no reason to go.
We had to go there for state when I was competing on the speech team my second year. That was like our state tournament.
Well, see, back in 1960, those are places that would host.
Yeah, one of the few community colleges that was built back then.
Jesse Savage looking for his first hit, 0 for 2. How about Pawlowski? All 4 outs he's recorded via the strikeout.
Yeah, we're getting a good preview of some of the pitching you're in store for this season for the Solano Falcons.
1-1. Yeah, we saw Dumapay, Nate Genest, then Adam Coates.
Coates looked good, I thought. Lefty comes in, not a lot of velocity, really mixes up his pitches, good movement.
Really, both runs were unearned. The first one didn't go down as air as the left fielder lost it in the sun. But really, I mean, Solano's pitching has been really, really good out there here today.
And we haven't seen their best pitcher, I think. I think Chris Rost, after last season, I mean, he was number 2 in the Bay Valley Conference. I think 1.49 ERA finished the season with. We haven't seen him yet.
So count now 2-2, and I believe he was their best pitcher last year, Chris Rost.
Oh, I think without a doubt.
Well, especially the last about a month. Finally kind of got put into that starter's role, and I think did better than Stover initially anticipated.
Yeah, I remember talking to Stover during the softball championships here at Solano Community College after the baseball season was over. He was saying the same thing.
So 5 strikeouts for Jake Pawlowski. Second time Savage has gone down via the strikeout. 0 for 3 now.
He's not the same hitter without that big curly head of hair.
Now batting.
Kind of look like Harpo Marx. And you guys go, who's that?
I have no clue. Is he from Bakersfield?
You never heard of the Marx Brothers?
The only Mark I know is Kevin.
They were like one of the great comedy groups back in, the 1920s, 30s.
That's probably why. That's probably why I don't know.
Groucho Marx always had that cigar, he'd always say.
Oh, gosh. We just getting you started, aren't we?
People would ask him a question.
You're still going.
How do you know if you've never seen me before?
That's how I know I've never seen him before. 1-0, low, 2-0 to James Mossholder. He's another guy I really enjoyed watching play here.
Yeah, kind of a lot like Chris Curtis.
Yeah.
In the sense you're just solid ball player. Of course, Mossholder, catcher, not the versatility as far as Curtis, but just a real heady ball player, good kid, good teammate, good attitude.
This one, squib foul down the right side, and I remember in the 2011 playoffs, Mossholder had a couple of big hits in the regionals to advance to the supers. So 2011's the best team, you think?
I think if I had to pick between the 3 teams that made it to the super regionals, I'd probably go with the 2011 team.
2-2?
Bat gets away from Mossholder. Hey, we're talking about your team 2011. Don't throw the bat back at us.
Hey, Pavesi did it earlier, too. So
yeah,
that was a
true.
2008 squad. So I guess we got to go with the other team then.
And, 2013 team, that was the one team that didn't win the Bay Valley Conference that made it to the Super Regionals. Marin did. They dominated that year.
And they took them down in the regionals.
In Marin. They were down
3-1. That whole
3-1
series,
going
right?
into Game 2. Bottom of the 9th inning, top closer in the state, Tyler Eyrig. I think he only had 2 blown saves. He had 17 saves. You just don't see that.
Yeah, usually you'll see 5 or 6 saves be tops in the BBC.
Zach Wells started things off with a sharp base hit
of
to
course.
left. Brasher, big double. And then the center fielder, he only played 1 year, Jordan. What was this? Jordan Tolbert.
Yep.
Had the game-winning signal, brought the winning run home, and then Solano won the second game. Went on to the Super Regionals. And they lost to Santa Rosa and Chabot. So really the 2011 team is the only team that has won a game in a Super Regional tournament.
So nice at bat from James Mossholder, able to get the walk with 2 outs here. That'll bring up Kalen Yost. So Mossholder hit by pitch in the 3rd, and now a walk here in the 7th. As Cody Miller took the at-bat in the 5th in between Mossholders.
Yeah, and I think they might just be bringing guys up when they want because Kalen Yost started at shortstop, Patrick Johnson in at short now. I think Yost, hey, I want a chance to hit again. Okay, get up there.
This one, telling foul, out of play. And I think Stover had a talk with Kyle Johnson and said, listen, it's unfair for your son to bat with you being the umpire. So it's not happening, all right? That'd be funny if Kyle threw out Patrick. Go clean your room. And Bubba Johnson, I mean, one of the most likable guys you're ever going to meet.
And he started coaching last year.
Yep.
He was one of the assistant coaches for Stover.
And you can tell it's had a huge impact on Alvaro Rubalcaba.
Yeah, you take a guy like Rubalcaba, already one of the most talented shortstops we've had here at Solano, and then working with Patrick Johnson, the best shortstop we've had here.
And I think where the work's going to come in with those two is with the bat. I don't know if there's much you can teach as that one catches the outside corner for strike two. I don't know if there's much you can teach Rubalcaba with the leather. But at the dish, Patrick Johnson's a guy you want helping you out. I mean, he was one of the smartest hitters here. He reminded me a lot of Derek Jeter, to be honest. I mean, he's going to go with the pitch. This one hit right at the second baseman. And luckily, Yost is jogging. I think these guys are finally loving the fact they get a chance to jog with Stover not yelling in their ear. So it's time to stretch, baby. Go into the bottom of the seventh. We're all knotted up, 2 apiece.
Ethan Gibbons, who was very effective in his last start just a week ago, last Thursday against Contra Costa. In that game, he went 5 innings, had 7 strikeouts, gave up just 2 hits and no earned runs.
And also no walks. 2-2 pitch. Nasty curveball. Josh Jeremiah just looking at that one and walking back to the dugout. So 2 up and 2 down via the strikeout for Ethan Gibbons.
Bunko, want to join in on this fun game?
Well, now you can. On Saturday, October 18th, Solano Community College is hosting its 6th annual Bunko tournament here in Building 400.
And this year, Bunko goes pink. Our friends have worked together to put on this event as a way to raise money for the National Breast Cancer Foundation.
Doors open at 1, but the fun doesn't start until 2. And for the first time ever, Solano's having the Pink Hills Fire Truck on campus from 12 to 2. Tickets go for pre-sale, $20 per person and $25 at the door.
So get them quickly. Seating is limited to 250 people, so it's a first-come, first-served basis. Plus, you get to save $5.
For tickets or more information, call JJ Eves at 372-2531 or email bunkogoespink@yahoo.com. Bunko!
So Ryan Miller, the mysterious man we cannot find anywhere in the Solano program, but he's out on the hill pitching for the alumni squad as we're in the bottom of the 7th inning, 2-2, and big number 3-0, Briar Litz coming up to the plate out of Foothill, 6'1", 210-pound freshman, hits the first pitch a mile high, easy play for Fernandez, the second baseman, 1 up, 1 pitch, 1 down.
And Fernandez, I think he's gone the whole way at second base for the Alumni, one of the few players that's been out there the whole time. And I think Patrick Johnson now, he's moved over to third base.
He's not that old yet where the shortstop's got to move over to third yet, right? Strike 1 from Ryan Miller.
And so at shortstop, Ethan Gibbons is at short.
He's just getting moved all over the place out there.
Yeah, these guys are having fun.
I believe that's Crenshaw in left, too.
Uh-oh. Hit it to left. Go the opposite way.
Up the middle. Fernandez, nice pick. Easy throw. 2 up, 2 down.
Good hustle by Antonio Hernandez. So I'm guessing Hernandez was hitting in place of Bo Siegel.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Now batting.
Yeah, our scorecards are just a mess. That's all right, though. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast here on the Solano College Sports Network alumni game. So 24 at the plate. That's
Josh
a left
Meacham.
fielder. You're right, Josh Meacham.
This one hit well, but it's going to tell foul down the left side.
He heard me. Hit it to left. So Meacham, freshman out of Vanden High School.
Yeah, I want to see Crenshaw make a play out left, and Curtis now in center too.
Well, if that ball just would have stayed fair, that would have been entertaining to watch.
We saw
Crenshaw
him
getting
get
over there.
dirty at third. Didn't work out for him, but good job, good effort. 1 and 2.
But Crenshaw, he's got to be okay out there. He's playing minor league baseball, and pitchers usually they're shagging fly balls.
He can handle it with no problem.
Good athlete out there.
And one of the most likable guys, too, also.
He is.
I mean, he did a great job as the pitching coach here and just had a bigger opportunity in front of him. So, smart, wise choice to take that, and was an all-star last year pitching.
Here we
this
go.
This one hit. Crenshaw, nice jump.
Yeah.
Gets there in time. And, you know, he wants some high fives, babies. Look at Ethan Gibbons looking back, giving him some love. Through 7, you are checking out the Solano College Sports Network, and we are all tied up 2-2 in the alumni game.
And he was responsible for the only run of the game for Solano so far. RBI single to score Johnson in the bottom of the first. Trying to get some more RBIs here. The bases loaded. 2-2 pitch. Hits this one out the middle, and this one gets through the box. 1 run is in. A.J. Borja is going to score standing up. Trevor Matern, 2 for 2, 3 RBIs. Making up for that error pretty quickly.
Boy, and Matern just went with a pitch and just drilled it back to the box. Torres actually had a chance. It would have been a sensational play to maybe get his glove on it, but just hit it right at his feet, skipped off the mound, and got a nice bounce off the mound and just shot into center field. No chance for Josh Jeremiah to come over from shortstop and field that one. So a clean single up the middle, gets a couple runs home. More importantly, Falcons back on top 3-2. So Gene Nanny with an opportunity to add to his RBI total.
39 RBIs on the season. 30 of those 39 came in conference play.
Still looking for his first run batted in here in the playoff series.
This one hit well to left field. Stiles going back on the track. And there you go. 1 RBI, 2, make it 3 on the 3-run bomb for Gene and Nanny. He's trying to get himself player of the game here this afternoon. Skied this one to left center field. And the Falcons have extended their 4-run lead up to 10 once again with 6 runs here in the top of the 7th.
You know how it is in the alumni games. A lot of changes, and we got a new pitcher on the hill for the youngsters, as I like to call them, Peyton Tyler. Lefty.
Another sophomore pitcher for the Falcons.
First pitch swinging, Babbage Cohen, who had a nice inning worth of work on the hill.
And I think, not absolutely certain, but I think
good.
Peyton pitched the Yuba game that we did, started that game as a starting pitcher when Pavlovsky had that walk-off hit to win the game.
Whoa. Cowan still can move a little bit, got out the way, 1-1. I think you are right.
Because I think you only did a couple games last year, right? Maybe 2-3 games. I know we did the opener against DVC, the home opener.
And then the Yuba game.
The Yuba game.
Maybe 3.
I know they won all 3 games we did.
So it was my fault.
It was your fault.
Yeah. Sorry,
didn't
Stove.
do so well.
Chopper, foul, 1 and 2.
Or you could blame it on Stosh.
You know, the kid's had a rough week. His A's were up 7-3.
Hey, where is he? He was supposed to be here today.
He's been in bed for the last week. He can't get up. It's like you gotta man up. I'm a Dodger fan. Kershaw blew it. I'm still here.
Actually.
No, there's no actually.
No, I'm trying to. This is a serious moment.
There's no such thing.
Now I can't even bring it up because it's too serious and it won't just go right. I'll bring it up a little bit later.
I hope there's no opportunity for that. Outstanding job there by Tyler as he gets the strikeout on Babbage Cowan. Now we get a look at the stud, Ryan Lipkin, once again.
Number 17.
0 for 3, but did reach on an error. I just want to see him get a hold of one. As Crower calls him, jacks. I'd love to see a jack right here.
What did we say? 3, maybe 4 home runs? I guess we were giving the alumni a little bit too much credit. Or give credit to the Solano pitchers. They've been doing a pretty good job out on the mound against some pretty good old-time hitters.
2-0 to Lipkin. And this is kind of like the All-Star game. Now it's a little more serious. These guys want to win this game now. You see a lot more pitches being taken. Probably get a pitch to here, 2-0. Smokes it right at the third baseman is Connor
Dick, another web jam.
And that one hit right at him.
Oh.
Nice job there by 2-3. I mean, if you're wearing 23, you got to make plays, right?
Connor Dick trying to be the starting third baseman for the Falcons.
I think
they start the season in February.
I think my favorite part of that was Chelsea asked Brian, did we get a good shot at that? And he just laughed, nah.
That could get to the top 10 plays of the fall semester.
This one
hit
well.
Here's another one.
Right at the second baseman, Ayala. So Lipkin and Ferrante both hit the ball right on the money, but right at somebody. So through 7.5, we're still tied up 2-2.
Witchy one out away, 2-1 fastball outside corner, make that one strike to go for Chris Witchy.
Boy, how excited is Coach Stover going with Witchy and getting this type of big-time performance out of the sophomore pitcher for the Falcons. One more strike.
Joe Seedham 3 for 16, trying to keep this one going. 2-2, just got a piece, fouled it straight back, so deuces are still wild. Count 2-2, 2 outs. Falcons up by 2.
Witchy took a little bit off that one, and Seedham out in front just barely got enough, kind of top the ball back, fouls it back, and stays alive.
So the first game took 4 hours and 59 minutes. This game right now is at 1 hour and 59 minutes. Strike 3, game over. Chris Witchy. Sensational, complete game for Chris Witchy. Just what the Dr. Scott Stover ordered. Hey, Chris, go out and give me 9 innings, 1 earned run. Outstanding pitching performance for Chris Witchy.
And that was that curveball. He just froze. Seedham there. Nothing he could do but shake his head, walk to the dugout, and so now the Falcons pick up their first super regional win under Coach Stover. They're going to face Alumni.
So we were chilling talking. If this game's tied through 9, what
Jesse Savage.
I know Stover's not going to want to call it. I think these guys might. They might be a little tired, but
oh, they're going to be too hungry. Half those guys, they're missing lunch here. We're going on 3 hours.
You're acting like they don't got the goods up in there.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, I'd be surprised if you didn't see a cooler over there somewhere.
You see a couple Coors Light over there.
Yeah.
Hey, bring me one if that's the case.
We got to get a camera in that dugout, or the Alumni dugout. Let's see what's going on over there.
I'll be upset if they got some beers in there and they're not sharing.
Yeah,
I would
no
be.
kidding.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hot day. Nothing better than a nice quenching cold beer on a hot day. As Jesse Savage now on the hill for the Alumni squad, and 3-7 in the box. Andrew Harris, another Bear River cat, just like Zach Wells.
Recruited by Cody Carroer.
And you get a nice shot in there. I don't see any beer in the pitcher. Actually, I couldn't tell if that was a beer. It was water that Ryan Lipkin was drinking.
Yeah, I think Stover said, "Hey guys, we gotta be cool. We're gonna be on TV."
Nothing cooler than drinking beer in the dugout, though. So the count 0-1, 0-2.
You know, I was watching a thing on the Major League Baseball channel the other night, and they were showing the Dodgers after the 1955 World Series win over the Yankees.
A lot of smoking going on.
Yeah, Johnny Padres, the pitcher, the winning pitcher. They're interviewing him. He's smoking on a heater, sitting there in the clubhouse.
Well, remember, was it the Arnold Palmer show we were watching on the Golf Network the other night? They're smoking on the course.
Yes.
So the count is 1-2 to the lanky sophomore Andrew Harris. Count now 2-2. And Jesse Savage played first base, also did some pitching in 2010, missed the 2011 season, redshirted, and also played in 2012. Who's been the most impressive player so far today? Both sides.
Well, for the Alumni, I would say Ethan Gibbons.
This one hit well, but it's going to tail foul.
I thought out there on the mound, I mean, he was still dealing, looked really, really solid. And for the Solano youngsters, who really are the true punk kids, right?
I tell you what, the biggest punk of all is at first base right now. I'm joking. Cody Crower's my guy.
And, you know, he's really doing a good job over at Will C. Wood, too, coaching up the football team on defense.
Carlos Moran's done an outstanding job really getting that program turned around.
Yeah, I think this year the Black and Blue Bowl, Will C. Wood might have a chance. Hey, you know, we had Damon Lewis, the little sophomore running back, was in our studio on Wednesday.
Chelsea?
Joseph Angier, who did the football broadcast with you, and Vacaville played Enterprise.
I just call him Joey A.
Got him in the studio. Really good interview. What a nice kid.
So, good at bat. The leading run now at first base with nobody out. And, you know, Stover ball. He's going to go, you know, they wear the royal blue because they play just like the Kansas City Royals. And it's sure looking like, I know everybody had this before the season, Baltimore versus Kansas City for the AL pennant. That's baseball.
I think a lot of people probably had Baltimore. Baltimore's no surprise. That's a good baseball team.
But not making the World Series.
No, but you said in the
ALCS.
American League Championship Series.
I think a lot of people before the season had Oakland and Detroit, few Angels before the season. As the season progressed, obviously the Angels really got hot and everybody was on them.
And we went and saw the A's play Baltimore, I think was towards mid-July.
And
that was before the A's started tanking.
That was when Jason Hamill was in that rough stretch.
Yeah, and boy,
Harris,
Orioles look good.
Good jump, still second. So now the winning run is in scoring position with no out. So right here, if you're Brandon Donnelly, just got to hit the ball to the right side and move Harris over to third with one out. And you got big 33, Evan Facenda on deck. And he played a lot last year at first. A Vanden product, I believe.
Yes, at a Vanden High School. Played with Rubalcaba.
So Harris, nice lead at second. Right at second. Did his job. Hit it to the right side. Get that runner over to third with one out.
Hey, good job by Donnelly at the plate. Stover's going to love that. Productive out. Get the runner over.
Deep down, what's Stover thinking right here? He wants this game, right? I mean, talk about a confidence builder.
And I think the Alumni want this game, too. They knew this game was going to be televised, taken a little more seriously. They'd love to get a win against the youngsters.
Yeah, Cody told me he started getting on the treadmill here the last few weeks. He knew it was going to be on TV. But don't worry, Cody. The TV ad's 20 pounds. I'm hoping he turns it off before the 8th. Low. But really, Cody Crower, he's, out of all of the people I've met in Solano baseball, he tops the list for me for sure. I mean, he's done a lot for the Solano baseball team.
Yeah, they miss him too, I think.
Oh, a lot. Fouled straight back. And he's just a fun guy to chat with. You gotta be on your toes because the banner's gonna be there. I would love down the road to do a radio show with Cody Crower.
He'd be great to. We need to have him come into our studio.
Yeah.
Talk a little Will C. Wood football, Solano baseball.
What are they, 3-2, 4-2?
I think they've lost. I know they've lost one game.
2-1.
They lost their first game of the year. It was close.
I know they
beat
were
Vista
off last night.
Delago. Yep.
Delago. However you say it.
Vanden got killed by Napa last night.
Well, it kind of hurts when you lose your coach before the season.
Yeah, but they were playing pretty well. They were off to a good start.
This might get the job done.
Oh, yeah.
Harris.
All right.
Strong throw,
okay.
But a little
Not
late.
Bad.
So small ball to perfection right here. Harris still second. And they get him over to third base. And Evan Facenda skies one into kind of shallow right. And Ryan Fukushima cannot get the throw in time. Just a little too much air under the throw.
Yeah.
So just like that, Solano.
But that ball was hit deep enough. I don't think there was going to be a play. I mean, if Puig's out there, of course not. But I don't see 66.
Yeah, that was like a Carl Crawford type.
Whoa.
Throw. I love how Jesse Savage going.
Use the mitt.
I love it. He's going bare hand in an alumni game. I guess you don't got to worry about going on the DL. I mean.
Yeah. DL's a couch tomorrow watching NFL football.
What, 15 games tomorrow? I know Money Mike's happy. He doesn't have to watch the Raiders tomorrow. I can tell you that.
We're wondering if anybody can beat Money Mike's fantasy team in our broadcast class. We've got 12 teams. I think Money Mike is 4-0.
I heard
he'll be the first one to tell you about it.
I'm about to say, I hear him talking when I'm chilling at home, and he's here talking at Solano.
Oh.
Whoa.
So Devin Hutchinson. So we're getting a chance to see a lot
Where's
of the
he
freshmen.
West Campus?
West Campus. Just opposite the East Campus.
Oh, man. See what I got to live with? That's where I get my corniness from. Like when I did my show the other day and I picked Soso Jamabo, one of the best running backs in the country, kid out of Plano, West Texas. Give me some Jamabo juice.
I heard that. That's pretty funny.
I took Jake Browning, the state record passer in California also. So if you're a high school football fan, check out our new high school fantasy football show on maxpreps.com. Go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/maxpreps. Count now 2-1.
We going to start talking about FanDuel next? Huh?
There's no season-long commitment. I was hooked. Oh, I know every line, even the ones that didn't get put on TV, Mike. This one out of play. It is pretty funny, though, seeing my mug on the tube sometimes. And I've been doing pretty well. Won about $650 here the last 3 weeks.
Really?
So I'm telling you, just go to FanDuel.
All right. Well, your rent just went up.
Sign up.
Share the wealth, baby.
Sign up. And if you do sign up, go ahead and say I sent you to the site so I get a little more money in my account also. So subscribe to Max Prep's YouTube channel. Sign up at FanDuel, baby. So count 2-2, 2 down here. The youngsters have taken the lead 3-2. This one hit foul.
Yeah, it looked like Hutchinson was going to check his swing there and still made contact.
Another
foul
guy
to the first base side of play.
Another guy I was hoping to see was Big D Evans.
Yeah. He's been a little banged up. I'm not sure if he's healthy enough. He's had, it's his ankle, I think.
He's banged up a little bit last year, too.
But
right?
he should be ready to go by the start of the season, and probably you'll see him out in right field.
And you guys came out and did a game a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
This one fouled straight back again.
He was doing Mark's job in the press box.
And he was part of that section winning championship Rodriguez squad also.
Yes.
Also played football. I believe he was a linebacker.
Yeah, outside linebacker. Back when Rodriguez was still kind of good.
When they actually, like, stuck with the coach. This one's going to go
Don't hit our camera.
Of play. Good thing DJ ain't over there.
Yeah, he'd be gone.
Good thing DJ's not there. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. That kid, Mike and I put him on blast for a good, 5 minutes.
That's what was funny listening to you two.
The kid ran. He booked it.
DJ stopped spinning.
You know what would have been the funniest, though, is if he would have jumped off his little ladder and tripped it and knocked it over. Now, that would have been SC not top 10 material. Hutchinson, nice battle here. Fouled off a couple to stay alive.
Oh, good
Not that
pitch.
one. Jesse Savage gets a strikeout, but the youngsters get a run on the board, and the Alumni are down to their final 3 outs, 3-2, heading to the 9th.
Once again, the Falcons are trailing 9-3 going into the bottom of the 7th. 4th spot in the 7th. 2 here in the bottom of the 8th.
And both runs with 2 outs.
Crosby with the big-time RBI double. Fortney, RBI single, advances to second on the air on Bosch-Chancich. Danny Mills, 1-1. Hits this one. Might be trouble. The second baseman going back off his glove. Fortney coming in, trying to score. And he is safe as the catcher could not hold the ball. Man, Falcons catch a break, and Stover not happy with the base running by
They were lucky.
but huge play for the Falcons as Brooks Leandro could not hold on to the ball, or else Fortney would have been out by a mile.
Well, he is.
25 extra credit points? No.
But big time hit by the freshman out of Rodriguez.
Some personality.
Yeah, Will.
Nice
He's smiling
ear to ear over there at the first base bag.
Danny, that's the smile I want to see when you're up giving your speech. The same as the one after you knock in the winning run in the bottom of the 8th with your team.
Not the winning run. The go-ahead.
Go-ahead run. Sorry. Don't want to jinx them, do I?
So Chad with 2 Ds. Chatfield now on the hill here.
Chad Chatfield.
And Chad, I mean, a very good guy. Pitched in 2008 and 2009. This kid can throw the heat. And now a father of 2.
Really?
Very good baseball player, but an even better father.
Outstanding. Yeah, Chatfield probably. I'm trying to think back to that 2009 team. I know that team won the Bay Valley Conference. They got swept by Delta round 1 of the playoffs, but I think Chatfield might have been the ace of the staff. I know.
He was.
Good thing there's nothing in it anymore. Let all the other students use it. I got a couple pencils that have no lead in them, a couple markers that the ink's dry because the caps are left off.
Oh, you should have heard the rant he was on last night when the Dodgers blew their 6-2 lead. Chopper, foul, 1 and 2. And Chatfield's a guy, he can just rear back and throw in the 90s.
I'm trying to think who also pitched on that 2009 team. Oh, he had Ethan Gibbons, right? That was his freshman year. Hurt 2010, came back in 2011. So it was Ethan Gibbons, Chad Chatfield.
Strike 3, outside corner, ring him up.
And I can't remember. I remember Danny Castillo was like the 3rd pitcher right around that time. I'm not sure if it was 2009. It might have been 2010.
Now batting, number 29.
But I think it might have been Danny Castillo.
Richard Lindsay. I believe this is his first at-bat. A little outside. Chad Chatfield also. This was a while ago. Very good beer pong player. We had some very good matchups way back in the day. Now we're too old. We can't do that anymore. Chopper, short. 2 down. Look at Gibby all nonchalant out there at short. Come on. It's cool getting a chance to see all these guys back here on this field, though, again. Here comes Jose Altuve.
Hey, Frankie getting a shot. Frankie Primrose at the plate. I'd love to see this kid make the team. He's such a good kid. And
I think he's as tall as Miller when he's in the squat. He just looks like a battler, grinder.
Yeah, he is.
Nice pitch. Inside corner. Brian Nelson still on the camera crew.
Frankie even got in the broadcast booth last year, did a game or 2. I think with Brian Nelson, they did the San Mateo game.
Chopper. Foul. So Chatfield, another strike away from getting another strikeout.
And in case you're wondering, of course, the game technically is over, but they wanted to let a couple more alumni get a chance to play, get Chatfield out on the mound.
Strike 3. So Chatfield gets 2 strikeouts. And now I think the game is over. I'm not sure.
They're coming out of the dugouts, and I didn't see anybody get hit by a pitch, so I think we are good, baby.
So
how fun was that? That was exciting. Got a chance to see a lot of players blast from the past that really made their impact here on the Solano baseball program. A lot of these guys so instrumental with Coach Stover when he took over the program in 2003. And just about all these kids have made their mark in making the program a little bit better than it was when they got here. And just a great opportunity for all the new kids on the current team to meet some of the guys that are in the record books for the Solano baseball team.
Yeah, I was glad to see Chad Chatfield get out there, too, in the 9th. And did what he used to do back in 2008 and 2009. 1, 2, 3, and used to strike out a lot of guys. And very entertaining matchup to watch. And the coolest thing of all this was you got to see the former greats come back and play here and do what they did so well. We saw Bubba Johnson make a couple nice plays at shortstop. Gibbons pitched really well, and Gibbons played a little bit of center, a little bit of short, a little bit of third. But really the story for this game was the youngsters pitched very well today. Dylan Dumape, Nate Janest, Adam Coates pitched well. Pavlowski,
I was real impressed with Coates.
Pavlowski had 5 strikeouts. So we probably shouldn't pick a player of the game, but if you had to pick one guy today, who's your guy?
Oh, gosh, too many guys coming in and out to really make that decision. I don't know. I guess I'd say Pavlowski. He had the strikeouts, also had a hit, scored a run, right?
Give me Connor Dick.
Connor Dick also. I have no problem with that as well. He was excellent. With the leather, had a couple hits, run batted in.
And, yeah, he had a few nice plays with the leather.
And this is a cool moment right now as you're watching our broadcast. There you see the current team in blue with all the alumni out there in gray getting lined up. I think they're going to take a big...
Well, I saw Stover out there at the camera. I was like, he better not be taking a selfie.
How good does he feel? I mean, he's had an impact on every one of these kids' lives as a result of them coming through the baseball program.
See Money out there getting a nice shot for us.
Yeah, Chelsea out there.
So, nice win for the current team. I mean,
good confidence boost, I think, for the boys in blue today.
Well, I think we are all hot. I think we all got football to watch.
Yes, we do,
We've
baby.
got baseball playoffs to watch.
We do.
And I know I got UFC to watch. So we are out. For Greg Poff, I'm Zach Poff. For all of the production crew here at the Solano College Sports Network. And don't forget, every Friday night we broadcast Vacaville High School home games. Check us out on the Vacaville channel, channel 27, I believe. We're going to try and get that 9 p.m. slot on Saturdays. And also, too, you can watch all our stuff on the YouTube channel. So check it out. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. For everybody here at SCSN, I am Zach Poff. We out.